Right. Okay, we're live, and you're deciding now you want to wipe your fucking screen. God damn your camera. Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's Alex and Gio, and we're live, and it is the 140. Okay, it's the 140th chat, and
flying.
We're flying by. We're actually doing a bit more routine than we were doing last year. I think last year we did. I think it was like we worked it out, and it was something like 24 throughout the whole year. And this year so far, I think we've already done probably about 24 since that. So we've been doing it quite regularly.
We can rest easy then. Let's take a week off, people.
Well, you know what's going to happen is, you know, if I do go traveling like I plan, I don't know how that's going to affect the numbers. So we'll see. So maybe we will only do 24 this year as well. So we'll see. But yeah. All right. So we're ready. We've already got a thumbs down, which is awesome. A 10 out of 10 for effort.
Committed, man. They are committed. The haters.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't give their custom enough love.
Probably.
Maybe we just pulled them out of our group. That does happen.
Well, the funny thing about it is it all counts as interaction anyway, and it doesn't really affect anything. So never mind. Yeah. So all right.
I'd buy that for $1.
Just trying to clear up all the shit on my desk. I've got shit everywhere. This is what happens because now this is like my new work area. So now I kind of work best when there's like loads of mess, and there is a lot of mess. So
that whether you work well in any situation, to be honest,
sorry,
messy or clean.
Well, that's the way I roll. So just thinking now. So what's your week been like for collecting gear?
Good week actually. This week I received my Taurus Studios Loki, the 1/1 scale helmet. So I got that in, took some pictures of that, just quickly before we ran through the review. So very pleased actually, very very pleased. So got that in. That was nice. It's been a while since I've had anything in for a bit. Other than that. I had a chat with Ian on Sunday. I think it was good. So I'll be talking to him in a few days and making sure Thanos is on schedule.
Yeah.
It's been a relatively calm and relaxed, nice week this week, which is good. How about you?
Well, yeah, it was calmer than the week before when there was like drama. But that was right near the end of the week anyway. Yeah, I mean, not really much for me. I mean, you came over. What day is it today? I've lost track of days where I'm not working. You came over early week. You came to collect your Taurus Studios helmet off me. We opened that up. We took some pictures. We've done a little review of it. I've been doing some editing, so going through that. Well,
it's big.
I thought it was. I actually thought it was going to be big. I think for me, it looked big. But I thought it was when we measured it, to me it was deceptively small for what it looks like, because you think shit, that ain't going anywhere. The space
that I had set aside for it is big.
Yeah. Well, no, but it would go. The funny thing is it would go into detail if you take a shelf out.
Yeah, definitely will. Yeah. So what width wise and depth wise is fine. But the 24 inches of height is just a little bit too big for my ceiling.
Yeah. So
life goes on.
Other than that, I haven't really had anything. I haven't had anything new in. I've been kind of taking things quite easy and not actually ordering or anything, because, as I say, I'm potentially going to be going to Asia for a little while, so I'm going to try and tie that in with. Well, actually,
you need to be careful, man. I was reading that like 3 in 5 people or something, men, have got that super gonorrhea from fucking, dipping the old business over there. You need to be careful, man.
I'm going.
You'd be double strapped up, bro, because it was serious business over there. That super gonorrhea shit, man. No antibiotics.
Yeah, well, I'm going with Colson, so I think I'll be behaved.
No sharing. That just make sure you don't share.
So I mean, there is that. I'm going to Asia, and then going to try and tie that in with several conventions that are over there. I know there's a big one coming up in Thailand. So there's one, I think, something like the 6th, I think, of June, and then there's another one. I'm going to try, but I haven't really. I better talk quietly because I think Colson's in the room next door, so I don't really want her to hear this. I'm going to try and tie things in. Oh yeah, excuse the pun there, Thailand tie. I'm going to try and tie it in with kind of moving around and sort of go, because when you're in Thailand, you kind of when you go around, you have to keep going back to Bangkok to travel because it's like it's like the hub. Yeah, so I'm going to try and tie that in with that, and then I'm going to try to. I know there's a con in, I think this is the 15th in the Philippines, and then there's another one which is then the 27th, I think, in Japan. So I'm going to try and tie them all in together. And also, sorry, there's one in Malaysia on the 15th of July. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to do that. Oh, hello.
Nice.
Yeah. So
sleep well, Colson.
Yeah.
You got a couple of months coming your way.
Well, she doesn't know that side of it, so I'm just going to make sure.
Like, you get up and be like, "Oh, what are we doing today? Like, do we go maybe rent out some fucking quads, or how about go to the beach or a lagoon or something?" And you'd be like, "How about Malaysia Comic Con? Let's go there."
Well, I'm going to try and be a bit diplomatic about it.
Gonna be good, man. I wish you all the best.
Well, the thing is when we went to New York, and I tied that in with New York Comic Con, that was definitely made for some interesting conversation. I tell you that. So this will be we'll have to work on it and see.
Good luck.
I'll have to make sure, like, whatever she suggests leading up to that, I don't want to do it. That's what I'm going to have to do. Anything she suggests, I'm going to be like, I don't want to do it. Oh, really? Oh, baby, I'll do it if you want to do it. Just because, it's your holiday as well. Yeah, it's your holiday as well. I want you to have a good time, baby.
Oh no. Savage.
We'll see. I mean, I know old Nicholas is trying to do the same as well. Him and his missus are going to Japan, and then he found out that the con was like, I think 2 or 3 days after he was due to fly back. So he was like going on to the travel agent and the flights and all that, and going, can I extend by 4 days, and how much is this going to cost me, and this and this and this, and he had to then break the news to his missus that she's going to the con with him. So maybe what we'll do is, if Nicholas is over there, I'll we'll hook up, go for dinner before, and if the girls get along, they can go shopping, and we can do the con. Because the funny thing about the Japan con is it's crazy because it's only 1 day. It's huge, but it's only 1 day, and I don't see how cost effective that can be to do it for 1 day.
Dude, I don't know, but I know one thing for sure: you're going to fucking have a lot of work if it's just 1 day.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
Well, I mean, I've been reading on some of the P1 posts.
I felt bad. I felt bad about kicking your ass doing, 18-hour days in Singapore. You're going to have to do a 24-hour.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, as well, is the tablet I just bought is a pile of shit. Basically, it's you can't do fuck all on it because it's only a crappy, cheap one. So I can't do anything on that with the YouTube videos by uploading or anything. So Yeah, we'll have to see what's happening. That's literally, that was just, I got that to to read comics on, and the funny thing was is I got it to reply to like YouTube comments and things like that on there. And if you go into YouTube on there, it says it can't even download the newest version of YouTube to access the community reply to the posts. I'm like, damn, this was a bad idea. So, all right, got a few people messaging already.
What's the news?
Oh no, it's just some people sending some pictures over. Right, so if I scroll to the top, Gem Mint, he pointed out that someone's already done the red thumb. That's a bit suspicious. It must be him.
It must be him.
If he's gone, damn, how can someone thumbs down before it starts? And he's done it as soon as we've opened up the screen.
It just goes to prove the most important thing, which is it's got nothing to do with content, it's to do with bitterness. It's not about what we say. I always think, you know, the red thumbs dictate what we say, you know, like someone disagrees with. So, I mean, that's how I use red thumb. Somebody turns around and says something that I just completely disagree with. But I can't red thumb people before they start, man. That's just, you know, you need to go get laid.
I think, didn't we do something where we looked into my room tour and your room tour to see who had the more red thumbs?
Yeah. See who was more popular.
I can't remember.
I think it's clear now. I think it's clear now that you are. I think I'll submit. I submit to it. I just keep telling myself that it's because you like sitting on the fence and I like destroying the fence.
No, actually, look, we've got.
Even though you cause more drama than me, people don't know this. They think I cause all the grief, but you actually start much more trouble than me.
Actually, no,
if you name any RaddTitan any RaddTitan drama, it's not me. It's never me.
What about something to do with Steve Pollock?
So what do you mean? That's not. I didn't start. I don't start that drama. Have you still got a nice picture for me?
Yeah, I've just gone through the our room tours, and
how's it looking? Go on,
yeah,
numbers?
Well, the numbers are that you have 8,921 views. I've got 8,320. So you've got like 600, 601 more than me, right? But then I've got two more red thumbs.
Yes.
And you've got
not for long.
And you've got 28 more thumbs up.
Yes.
Then we've got.
I don't think that's personality, though. I think that has nothing to do with.
Then we got the older. We got the older videos where I have just over 22,000, and you have just over 21.5. I have 28. I have 28 red thumbs. You've got 24. I got 364 thumbs up, and you've got 348.
So you're winning that one. That's all right. It's a quite. Thanks for all the support, man. love him, man. Thanks for the support.
All right, so
I'll be seeing a certain someone real soon.
We've got Collectible Kingdom. He's in the house. Dave Cassidy. I think Jem calls this guy Tack. Taylor Alexander Cassidy. So Tack.
Ah, nice.
Dan Fresco. It depends on when Alex gets his shit together. James Wallace. Brian O'Rourke. Got Thor Gunderson.
Good boy.
And we've got Collectible Kingdoms working till midnight. Got Muslim Samhan, Howdy Fellas, Cat Dad, just Michael, Jules, Brandon Guerrera. Tack is saying that your Red Hulk looks phenomenal.
Oh, thanks, brother.
And where did you get
sitting over here because I've been getting old, and I've been doing these chats more regularly with Alex. And literally, I'm getting in the gym like the next day after a chat. My lower back is jacked, man, and I don't have lower back problem because I don't deadlift. I don't do any stupidness like that or any heavy stuff like that. So I've been feeling my lower back, and I realise it's because I've been sitting in the position that I use. I'm like sitting on a puff, and I'm lent, like I'm almost doubled up, leaning forward, like to lean over to talk to Alex. So I can see the pictures and stuff. So I was like, yeah, man, I need to adjust this. So now I'm I'm at the other side of my room.
Sorry, I think in America, the word "puff" means something else.
Well, it means something. It means something else over here. Still don't mean I'm
just
sitting.
Just say like leg rest or foot rest or something. Then we've got Collectible Kingdom. I think he's over it. Is he in UK Collectible Kingdom? I can't remember.
I don't know. I think so. Maybe.
But he's asking where you got your glass box from. It's from Immortalized Custom Displays. Yeah, James Pamplin.
Yeah, that's right, James Pamplin. Yeah,
or Jamie Pamplin. Is it Jamie or James?
James Pamplin from Immortalized Customs and Displays.
Yeah,
a lovely guy. He's in our group. So if anybody's sort of UK based and they're after these type of things, all you have to do literally put up a picture on a post or something, and then like tag him because he's there. His name will pop up, James Pamplin, and just tag him and contact him and speak to him about what he's very reasonably priced, and the turnarounds actually is very quick as well. I mean, he obviously made all of these ones as well, so he made not the DTOF ones, but he made all of those ones. There, can you see them now? Because I can't see you from now.
Only just a little bit more. Keep going. Don't be shy. There you go. Now talk.
Yeah, he made all of these ones, even with the wood and the glass back and everything else. So he made the wood ones, the glass. They're all mirrored backs and everything else. So he does some really nice work and very reasonable price as well.
And he'll deliver for a small charge. So Xavier Polet is in. What's up? Nicholas is there.
Yo.
Nicholas is in the gym. Apparently, he was benching and he dropped his weights on him because we made him laugh. Yeah, not wise to listen. Not wise to listen to a podcast when you're
live and watch RaddTitan. Danger.
Well, I was listening to. I think I was listening to Joe Rogan talking to Baz Rutten, and I was on the cross trainer and nearly fell off because I was laughing so much. But
I think all of a fucking cross trainer, your legs are almost, attached to that damn thing.
Yeah, but I laughed. No, but not. Yeah, when I laughed, I did. Brandon Guerrero says he tried to pump up some drama. Yes, we saw that, Brandon. Yes, we did.
What was that about?
I don't know. Wasn't he putting up the t-shirts, the RaddTitan t-shirts and shit like that in Toronto?
Oh yeah,
because people actually thought that was us.
We do have a couple of trolls. I mean, we get Brandon Guerrero. We get probably about 5 messages a week about why is this guy here?
Yeah,
why do we allow him to exist?
We get requested a lot. We go, please, can you remove that guy? I said there was an issue where I assaulted Brandon Guerrero and he has a videotape of it and he's blackmailing me, so we can't remove him.
That's what people don't realise. He's here because he's too powerful to remove.
So
too much on us.
Apparently, Dan Frisco said the most recent Sideshow Hulk bust is actually pretty nice. Not in pictures, it isn't. So maybe
I don't know. I saw a post on our page today of a dude sharing it, and it did look quite decent. Next, he was posing with it.
Yeah,
it looked quite decent. So yeah, I mean, it's very for me that's one of them type of pieces. Paint and stuff like that. You need to really see it in hand because there's a lot of sort of paint textures and things going on in there that can make it look a bit pants.
Well, it's kind of got a lot of yellows, hasn't it? Like a weird yellowy
yellows. And honestly, you need to. It's the same thing with a lot of things. When the paint is really detailed and layered like that, it's very, very hard in photographs to sort of capture it all. So I would like to see that person. I'm not sure about it. I like the mass. I like the size of it. I'm just not sure about the old grimace of the face.
Yeah.
It looks like me when I'm trying to work out what 47 divided by 316 is.
Well, we've got Bart in the house.
Bart.
Eric Hendershot, Nick 666. Nice, thanks, Nick. First comment is Greg Plitz. You fuck. Cody Spencer, yo.
Yo, motherfucker.
Collectible Kingdoms in Wales. So, you might. I don't know how you would do that because you may have to meet him halfway or something.
But he arranges that anyway. I mean, if it's like really far, maybe not. But you just arrange to meet him halfway, pick it up.
Henderson, you fucking Hendershot, your brown nose. He's saying, Gio, your haircut looks good.
Thanks, man. That's
Yeah.
nice. I knew I was seeing all the family today, so I had to look sharper. I've been sporting a biffro for the last couple of weeks. I
Just
have
got
to
like
say, actually, I've got to
God,
say a big thank you to a guy contact me, and I mean, I've got to be honest with you. This is, sometimes the community really, it really impresses me. When you see shit going on. I mean, at the moment, like over here, politics wise, we got loads of fucking gang violence. We've got loads of stabbings going on in the centre of London. Crime is up. Arrests are down. There's a lot of angry people and fucking all that around where we are. And I'm sure there's a lot of that in a lot of places, states and Asia and other places. But I'm reminded of the greatness, and how nice people can be. I got contact the other day by this guy called JJ Bree. You might have seen him. Like he comments on us. His name's Jason, and he basically contacted me the other day and was just like, "Look, yo, I'm going to this con." And what's his name? Stalin's going to be there. No, Jim Stalin's going to be there.
yeah.
And he says, like, he's signing things. He goes, like, you want me to sign anything for you? You know what I mean? You just sort me out, like, shipping or whatever it is. If it's something you want, ship it to me. And I said to him, like, yeah, I haven't got anything signed by Jim Stalin. And I would love to, obviously, Thanos creator. I would very much love to own, like, something like that. Very much so. Even more than the Stan Lee signature, to be brutally honest. And I spoke to the guy and I said, yeah, like, if you see any covers or anything like that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, just, pick one up and, let me know how much it is and shit like that. And I'm game if you can, if you don't mind and stuff. And guy is like, what sort of covers and stuff? I sent him a few pictures of just some random stuff that I don't actually own. Not like expensive covers, just like random stuff.
Yeah.
And the guy he bought like three or four comics, man, and just was like, I'll get them all signed for you and ship them for you, just like pay for the shipping. I mean, that's serious effort, man. You know what I mean? That's someone
awesome.
going out of their way, spending their own money and more importantly, not the money, but the time to go off, get that, to find the right covers. And then to, I got to really say that, things like that, when they happen, it's really impressive. It really impresses me about people. You don't ever lose your faith in people. And I really think that the collecting community in general is probably one of the best. We talk about this custom drama, the Bork Brigade and the hype trains and all this shit. But at the end of the day, deep down, when someone can do you a favor or do you a solid, the guy knows, obviously, I like this and I like that, and I think that means a lot. I personally, I think that means a great deal. There's a lot of great people out there that will just literally bend over backwards to either help you get something you want or, I have my boy fucking Gotham sort me out one of the Infinity variant comics that I couldn't find for ages. It's just like things like that. People know you're after shit and they see things. You go to cons, get things signed. It's big effort, man. So I think that's real positive. So I wanted to say thank you to him. I think his message really, cheered up my week, to be brutally honest, because it is really that type of positivity where it's just like, fuck people.
Yeah, it does. It reminds you as well, because I mean, like as you say, there's a load of shit and loads of like people who just they're like happy just to cause shit non-stop. And we've had people like that where we've just removed them. We don't care if they're like OG collectors or whatever the fuck they are. If they don't have a place we don't have a place in RaddTitan for that elitism, where people are saying, oh, this is this and this is that, so fuck you and whatever else. We just don't have space for that in RaddTitan. So to see the other side of it, it's great. It is great. When I was in New York, I couldn't even find Jim Starlin. He had when New York Comic Con was on, he had an hour slot for the whole weekend or something, and I couldn't even find him. I was like looking for this fucking booth and couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I've never spoke to this person. I'm like on YouTube maybe a couple of times. But, that's maximum effort. Top. I makes me think to myself. It's the same with us, though. People, I mean, I had it as well this week. Actually, I think I've had a good week. This week, I had just somebody contact me. I let him into the group, started collecting, and he was PMing me. But and we were talking, we were going back and forward. But he got the impression that I was wasting my time talking to him. You know what I mean? He was like, he seemed to be saying to me, "I'm sorry to like waste your time with questions, and so I'm sure you're busy and all this. And I was just like, you know, nah, man, like we're really, in fairness, I don't want to like blow smoke up my own arse or ours in general, but I will. But you know, I don't think I can think of any more approachable. I mean, shit, man, you just need to PM me, message me. If I see it, I'll always respond.
Yeah,
always.
Same as me. I mean, the only time I'll miss something is if I wake up at 3 in the morning and kind of click on my phone and it starts opening messages automatically, and I close them because I'm trying to look at the time. And in the morning, I may miss a few, but you know, I'll try and reply to every message. And YouTube, we try and reply to every message. And you know, it's.
No, you know. I found it was quite humbling that when the geezer was like, "Oh, you know, I've wasted all your time, and you know, thank you, I appreciate your help and all that." It's just like, you know what, man, that's what it's about. If you can, man, if you can give, you can help, you should.
So just what
it is. It's nice. It was nice. You know, I've been talking to some nice people this week.
Yeah, it's good. We've got someone called Get to the Chopper. So,
Get to the chopper.
He's saying, "Hey, Gio, what brand of pre-workout do you take, if any?" Off topic, but okay.
You know, what's funny is I don't use any pre-workout at all. I had a friend, another PT friend of mine, and he was fucking mad with the supplements and shit that he was taking. And I stupidly, like, he mixed up some stuff, and I didn't know he was crazy at the time because I'd only known him a short while. And I was like, "Oh, listen, like that looks like interesting. Let me have a sip of that." And I took just one sip, and I couldn't feel my lips for about 2 hours. I could feel like the whole front of my face, this part, I just couldn't feel it. It was like I was walking around like a coke addict, like touching my face and licking my lips.
What is that like?
He just mixed. He's like that.
Yeah,
you know,
it's when you put
black,
like. I think it's when you put like beta alanine and stuff. It makes your face go numb.
Yeah, it messed me up. I was all getting scared. Like I didn't want to like pussy out and be like, you know, dude, am I going to be okay? I just like, you know, I gave you some good energy, but I was a bit concerned about my face.
Yeah, I just do. I'll do like an espresso before gym sometimes if I'm not feeling it, but I'll have a coffee before.
I literally I get up, have a bit of water. You know, I don't even have breakfast. I train in the morning, so I don't eat. I can't even. If I eat, I vomit everywhere. Yeah. I will literally chug up everywhere.
No, I'll train on an empty stomach other than the water and the coffee. That's what I'll have. Then we've got, so that's Lee Everington, just saying hello. Brendan Guerrera. I'm only in RaddTitan because everyone values my opinion. Steve McAllister, Ed Dude, Yo, Wade Loves Tacos, evening. Collectible Kingdoms in Cardiff, Nick 666, DC the Cat Collector. What's your next statue you're both buying? The next one I'm buying is the only one I'm really waiting for at the moment, and that is the Guyver 3 by Prime One Studios. That's the next one I'm waiting for, and I'm waiting. My next one to come in, hopefully, is actually I think my Conan Warpaint's coming in first, but the one that I think it's either Conan Warpaint or it's Guyver 1. So yeah,
that's a big day for me. I don't want to, you know, it sounds funny, but I think my most exciting like unboxing and review will be this year. Will be that Prime One Guyver of yours, just because, you know, I really want to see. That's like your dream character. That's your dream piece since we started. So I really want to be there for that. I really want to see that with my own eyes. And
do you know, there's a funny thing, but I was thinking about this the other day, and basically I'm hoping that the Guyver ships before I go to Japan, because I don't want to see it in Japan before I see it in my collection. I don't want to ruin it. You know, so I don't want to see the prototype before I see my one, and you know, see, I don't know, because obviously the prototype is always different. The paint jobs are different. I want to see my one before I don't want to see it in Japan. I'm likely to see the Guyver 3 first, but at least then if I see my Guyver 1, I'll have an idea of what, if I see the Guyver one there and I've seen mine, I kind of know what to expect. But I don't want to see the prototype before I see my one. That's
I completely understand what you're saying. So, yeah, mine is buying wise. I mean, the next piece I'm expecting is I think is going to be the prototypes Akuma, Eric Sosa's quarter scale prototypes Akuma job. I'm very, 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 very pumped to get finally a Sosa sculpt into my collection. I did have the 1/6 Venom that he done, that I still consider probably the best 1/6 Venom by Kota Bukaya. I really like that piece. I believe he sculpted that piece, and that's a really, really nice piece. But as I've moved away from 1/6, I've had to sell all of them pieces. So this is.
I took it off you.
Huh?
I took it off you.
I know.
I took that well off you.
I know. We traded it. We traded it for, you got a faux bronze Bowen, because at the time I was collecting that's still very nice. Still a very nice piece, but the Kota Bukaya one's better, much better.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so that is coming in. If you're talking about actually like buying something new, I've got to be honest, it's either going to be the XM Studio Cyclops or that Omega Red. That is that for me, that them two pieces are going to be quite they're going to be quite important. You know, I'm getting to a point now in my collection where space is very, very minimal, so I have to be like stupidly careful. So I'm going to wait and see what's what, get the measurements and everything, and then see what I can do. But them two, 100%. I'm expecting Moon Knight in soon, next couple of months, I would imagine. Moon Knight will be here, because I believe when we got that chat with Brian and Tan from XM Studios, when we got that exclusive from him, I'm sure he said June. That's soon.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he said the end of June, July is pretty much when he said. So hopefully that'll be in there soon. Big moments.
That just reminded me of that that XM picture wasn't in my fucking set of pictures, so I better put that one in there.
Yeah, I shared that. Yeah, very impressive, very impressive indeed. Get that on there, because that's a picture. Yeah, like I say, not many. I don't think there are going to be too many pieces in this year overly for me. I think probably, I mean, last year I probably bought about 15 pieces. I think this year I'd be lucky if I buy half that amount. So,
well, I think to be honest with you, I think we both have kind of slowed down considerably. I mean, last year already. I mean, last year I got so many pieces in last year. This year, at the beginning, I think I got several in the beginning, but over the last few months, I've really slowed down because, again, it's space. I'm trying to sell and clear out the ones which I don't really have as much appreciation for. I'm in the stage of trying to work out what I'm going to do with my horror stuff. I'm in the stage of thinking about that. So I mean,
I got to be honest, I wouldn't sell them if I was you. I know that you're probably not expecting me to say that, but I mean, you've got the stock, you've got the stuff. You don't know where your life is going to take you. You don't know where you may end up living or what you may end up doing. I just don't really see at the moment the point. I mean, the truth is that if my wife would allow me to display in like another room, like one other room, I would definitely get into film people. 100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do. I even keep saying to her, I got this space either side of my television. So I got my television set in the wall, and I got a gap like in a chimney breast, and I got a gap either side. And I've said to her, I could put like literally a couple of shelves across there, two either side, and put like 2 statues either side, like on each shelf, and put them behind a bit of glass and have it like more movie sort of stuff. But that went down like a fucking shit sandwich. So that's not. That went down like a lead balloon.
I know at one point she was interested in getting the old J. Scott Campbell females.
Yeah, she likes Gwen, didn't she? She likes Gwen with the umbrella, and that she likes that piece.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm thinking more along the lines of the Alien Warrior maquette, stuff like that. Maybe a Terminator piece. you know, them sort of iconic like film pieces that I, you know, really franchises that I really like, because I mean I'm a massive movie fan, so I definitely would like to do it, but I just can't. I can't cross contaminate my fucking room because it just doesn't go. Alex, I've learned from Alex where he's had, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger there, Spider-Man there, and it's just like, yo, this is fucked. It just looks like a bad day, you know, a bad day in Burma. It's not ideal. So definitely, I think you should probably keep your stock and just see where, if you can get the additional space from somewhere. I don't know where you're going to stay, where you're going to be, or there, wherever. But you know, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah,
anyway.
well,
Dave Cathy asked us what if there's been any discussion regarding Omega Red XM changes of the pose, like the still leg.
I haven't seen anything about that yet.
It won't be. It won't change. I don't think. I mean, they may be able to adjust angles and stuff like that potentially, like slight angles, degrees, but I really don't think that is at a point of a changeable point at this time. I think it's gone far too far in the project. And to be honest with you, some of the pictures are really shit angles. I don't even know why. You know, I was actually quite disappointed with XM releasing them pictures. They should know better, because they put some pictures out and they were bad pictures. Like literally, the piece is like looking over to the left or the right, and they're like, for some reason, they're the opposite way. It just was like, what are you fucking do? Like, you would never pose the statue that way. If it was in your collection, you'd never pose it like that. So it's not the primary focus, is it? You know, you got to look at how, you know, if the thing is looking right at you, you right? What do you thumb up for?
Someone's talking to me. Someone's talking to me, so I was giving them a thumbs up.
All right, yeah. So I think that was a bad error of a bad picture taken, to be honest with you, because I can take pictures of any statue in this room from a stupid angle where you're not going to display it, and people be like, I'm not sure about that. That don't look right. You know, I think that leg thing might just be more angle than anything else. I really didn't like them photos, so I'm hopeful. You know, I've got a couple of ones where he's looking straight at, and I don't think it looks out. So we're happy to see. Definitely want to see it painted up, and I mean that's a big moment. You know, I want to see XM really start pushing a little bit more effort into the bases of their pieces. I want to see more going on the bases, because you know, few pieces have come out, and I think the base has just been a bit lacking.
Yeah. Right. So, so I'm just going through the comments again. So we have. Sorry, just moved up. Get your chopper. Weight loss tacos.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Dude. Ollie Jensen. I put the link in the comments. Hopefully you got to that. Jay Chai's here.
That's my boy.
Or Dave Cha. Nicholas just saying I need to take a wall down.
Yeah. It's hard, this stuff.
Jay, I can imagine how much you spend on guitars. One of my good friends, he actually works in a guitar shop, and he actually makes guitars, and he tells me how much he sells them for, and I'm like, okay. But then again, he does spend a lot of hours making them, so yeah. Cody Spencer. Those are very nice. I'm just scrolling through. Oh, I think I got to the bottom. Here we go.
Well done, mate.
Alex. No, I still haven't seen the animated Batman series yet. There was a
Ninja.
No, the one that, basically because I watched the 1994 Spider-Man, which actually I watched all the way up to season 5, and I've got a few episodes to go. Spider-Man is really, really good, and I think it does hold up very well. The action is really, really good. It's really fast paced. It's really like non-stop, like relentless.
Put them on the chip for me and sort me out.
Well, bring that memory card over. The one, do you remember that one? I can't remember.
Yes.
Hill. His surname's Hill. The one he gave us. And yeah, Jeff Hill. So yeah, bring that one over, and I'll stick it on there. And yeah, basically, I mean, the Spider-Man, I watched the 5 seasons and really, really good. I've got the last few episodes. The X-Men, I watched about 8 or 9 episodes. I don't think it's as good as the Spider-Man, but I'm gonna stick with it and watch them all. But then a lot of people said to me, "Oh, what about the Batman animated series?" And I said, I literally, when I watched that as a kid, I probably only watched about 2 or 3 episodes, and I couldn't really get into it because I do think that when that came out in like 94 or whatever, we were like 12, 13. Yeah, so like I think it was quite adult. I think it was quite dark. So I don't remember
the other day on here.
Shit in it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. The only good thing about it is my Joker is in it, so like he's wearing the same suit throughout as my PF, and he's wearing he's got his camera. Like it was a bit, there's a bit of where he does what's her name, the Oracle, in it, Batgirl, and like he starts taking pictures of her with no light, and I don't know if it's leading on to that he assaults her. I don't know what's going on there. But
I think in the comics, I think he rapes her.
Yeah, I mean it's sort of like hinted towards that. I'm like sitting there watching it in the background and shit. And you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, I was overcome with a little bit of, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
And it, like, there's pictures of her with no clothes on and shit and bleeding. And I was just a bit like, yeah, this is no good, man. I don't like this. It's a hard thing. I don't know if it's because, once I see cartoons, that part of my lizard brain shuts down, and I'm just like, yeah, like this is I can relax. This is gonna be like not too adult, and then all of a sudden, like it catches you like a backhand to the face. You just don't expect.
Clearly, you didn't watch the uncut version of Ninja Scroll. Yeah,
no,
yeah, don't watch that.
Yeah, about the rock guy.
The rock guy and the guy at the end.
I can't.
What does he say? So Batman was too dark when you were 14. The Guyver isn't that dark in a way. It's just a bit violent.
I mean, I think like blood. I think blood and sort of guts and things like that is doable. But I think the thing with Batman is certainly with a lot of the villains. I mean, they are sexual deviants. Like the Mad Hatter, even the Riddler to some degree, the Joker. They're all a bit. It's a bit suggestive in that way, dark, psychologically darker. Like they attack a different sense. So it's not like, oh, an arm chops off, or you cutting a fucking what are they called, a xenomorph, like in half or whatever they are. I mean, no one gives a shit about any of that. I think once it start getting into a little bit more of that sort of like human fucking depravity, it's much worse. I'm with you.
Yeah. No, well, I grew up watching a lot of mangas, but I just think that when you're like watching the Saturday morning television, I don't know, I just never got into the Batman. But then also, sorry, at the end of the Killing Joke, when he tells them the joke, it's just like, what? Okay, so Batman and him are just going to stand there laughing like fucking idiots, and it's just like,
that's quite hard as well.
But it's direct from the comic, so that's the whole point about it. What was the joke? I can't even remember what the fucking joke was.
Something to do with 2 lunatics escaping from an asylum.
Yeah.
Something to do with like turning a light on or whatever, you walk across the beam or some shit. I can't remember. It was a bad joke.
Yeah. All right. Anywho, so Jules. Oh, yeah. People are talking about something. I'm not going to bring that up because I've got a picture of that, and I don't think Gio's seen that yet. So I want him to see the picture of that one. They're all talking about that.
Let's go. Got a lot of pictures.
Yeah. Pictures. So, all right. So if I do that one,
enough chitter chatter.
Enough chitter chatter. Quit your jibber jabber, fool. I don't like this. This seems a bit too. Can you see it?
What?
Can you see that?
Your bit. My picture of my Loki helmet.
Yeah.
The Loki helmet.
Shit, man. Why has that gone so smooth? Why is this working? I don't like it. It's working.
One of us is going to have a stroke in the middle of this chat by the sounds of things.
All right. Well, this is here just to remind Gio that he got something new.
Yeah, looks good. Wonder if it'll go on my big cranium head.
Well, I tried to get on my head. It don't fit on my head, so how's it ain't going to go on your fucking big?
It won't go on your fucking big balloon head, would it?
Your big dick-shaped head. Okay, wait. Red has just sent me something, so I need to figure out if that is, if that's what I think it is. I need to put that in the comments. So this is the Loki helmet by Taurus Studios. It's an edition size of 100, and it's a prop replica. It's meant to be wearable, but only probably if you're about 5 years old. So, or you got little pinheads.
I have to see if I can get on my head. But,
it ain't going on your head.
The weight of it is going to be more of a challenge. The counterbalance in weight.
No, the thing is, well, if this goes on your head, it ain't coming off. I'll tell you, because the Wolverine went on my head, and that didn't go on your head.
Nah.
So that's that. This was Eric Sosa on a chat the other day, and someone pointed out to me that the background they think that's a sneaky tease for the custom Marvel vs. Capcom Hulk.
Or could be.
So it's like a little sneaky little tease in the background there. I don't know if you can see it.
Very nice.
There you go. There's Sosa.
Yeah.
They got that.
Could be anyone knowing Sosa, but yeah.
It could be any Hulk and it could be anything, but we like to start speculation. So, and also someone brought it to my attention. It wasn't me, but I'm going to take credit for it. That's what we do. This is a custom tease for a project for the Canada motorcycle Akira diorama. This is going to be in, I believe, 1/6 scale and 1/4 scale. Right. And it's going to be part of a diorama with the other side is going to have Tetsuro. So I can't remember the name of the company, but I know that Jose Gonzalez is the guy to contact regarding this. I think this is his custom project, or he's part of the people dealing with it. So yeah, so I'm looking. I mean,
you don't like it because he'll appear everywhere.
Well, the thing is, I mean, say what you like about it, but the thing is, I think the 1/4 scale Canada on his bike is needed. I mean, that bike is pretty damn badass, and I think there are a few 6 scale pieces, but yeah, there's no 1/4 scale pieces, and I'd love to see this in 1/4 scale.
Yeah.
This is the wrong way round, which is awesome. This is the arts department, and this is the Reeve Superman. It's going to be 1/4 scale, and I don't think the price is announced yet. They're still working it out. I think this is.
I'm guessing Wallace is dribbling into his cornflakes right now.
Yeah, let's go to the end. Sorry, there. So this is from a few different angles. I think
head's really nice. Portrait.
I think some of the hair looks a bit like needs a bit of a refining. So this is not.
I can't tell by these pictures.
Yeah, this is not. This is not on the base. And then if you keep going, the base is at the end. So this is a comparison with a Johnny Walker Double Black box.
Oh wow!
And
big piece.
This might even be 3rd scale because that looks really big. Because a Johnny Walker, I mean, like the box is going to be you can't see me, can you? But the box is going to be like 40 centimeters or something like that.
Okay.
So that's got to be 3rd scale, isn't it? So
I like this. It's very in keeping with the film. I think they've done a good job here. Really good job. It looks nice to me.
Yeah. It is good. It's a good attempt so far. I mean, it's just again, it's one of those things where
the problem is with that you can't judge really the hair when the background's black and the fucking hair's black. You can't see nothing.
Yeah, and then that's going to be just some work on the base, but they still haven't finished the base.
Yeah, I got it.
Then this is the Cloud on his bike. So this is, again, this is round the wrong way, for God's sake. So this is Cloud on his bike. This is by Ancient Studios. This is a custom piece, going to be about 50 edition size. This piece looks super impressive. There's not announced. They're still working that out because they still haven't finished the project.
Yeah.
So they're still refining it. I think the face is a little off for me.
Dude, again, you know, I can't judge by these level of photos. Somebody took this in their basement with the fucking lights off, with fucking the window at the back, and he decided to turn all the color off. You know, it's not something that I can see.
Well, it's probably a grey render anyway. It's probably like it's not.
It doesn't. I mean, yeah. But you know what? You know you can't.
Yeah, I think his face looks a bit too slim for me, but I guess it's hard because this game is fucking pixely as fuck. So, you know, when you then make an actual proper 3D image out of it,
like I say, you can only go so far. You've got to try to make it like look sexy and on point.
Yeah,
you know, pixels ain't sexy, bitch. Unless it's God of War pixels and your name's Thor Gunderson, in which case you don't fucking shut up about it.
Then, so that's the measurements.
I wake up in the middle of the night screaming about Valkyries for some reason. I don't even know.
Yeah, he keeps on doing all these fucking God of War spoilers. God damn it! So this is 53 centimeters high by 53 deep by 72 wide.
Yeah, that's a beast.
So that ain't going in no bester.
What a beast that is.
Yeah, but that I like the look of this so far.
It's a beast. Looks cool. Like loads of details going on there, from what I can tell.
And this is Sideshow decided that they were going to show some of the DC line. So they've been apparently working on this for the last few years, and now they've decided they're going to start to show them. So it's another Catwoman, but this is a different pose. So she's kind of sitting up on a.
I like this.
I'll go. Yeah,
I like this. This one is a lot more in keeping with the character for me. Actually, I see the. They did two Catwomen that I actually did see, and we reviewed them both.
Yeah.
I actually thought they were both really nice pieces, to be honest. Even the variant was quite nice and very in keeping with the museum sort of DC style. So this looks like they're trying to break a little bit of that mold. Very seductive, very sexy, very nice. And I've never wanted to be a gargoyle so much in all my life.
Nice. Luis Oida saying the face is definitely off, talking about the Cloud. Dicky Two Shoes is here.
Dicky Two Shoes. That's the best fucking name ever. Hey,
Dicky
Two Shoes. What the fuck you doing here, man?
From The Sopranos, isn't he? Yeah.
Nah, well, any gangster film, man. Goodfellas, Godfather, fucking Mickey Blue Eyes, whatever you want to say.
Oh, Dan Frisco said the Christopher Reeve is 1/4, but that looks big because I've got.
But he's not small.
No.
You got to remember that.
I've got a couple of those double black boxes downstairs, and they're not small. So
you have you alky fuck.
She's touching herself.
Yes. Yeah, she is.
Oh, sorry, almost like she's touching herself. Gabe Grossman, hey all. And I think this is Stanley Lau. I might be wrong, the actual design.
But
nice. Yeah, no, it does look nice. Then
right,
this is
very, for me, it's much more in keeping with the character.
Yeah.
Gary. I wonder what Gary's doing right now.
Well, Gary.
Tell me he has cancelled the 1/3 by Prime 1 and he's now going to get an actually proper scaled Doomsday. I mean, I'm hopeful for this. I mean, this is one of them pieces that, you know, if it comes my way, I'll definitely take this. I might get this myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
Gary, we tried to school Gary and teach him how big this Prime 1 piece is. We busted out a tape measure. We were in George's kitchen, and George has got quite sort of deep countertops on his kitchen. We measured to Gary and said, Gary, this section above George's dishwasher is not big enough for Doomsday. You know, he wouldn't fit on this. He'll be overlapping by like 20 centimeters, and he'll be halfway across the sink. And Gary just
he can wash his hands and fucking get some milk out of the fridge at the same time.
Well, the best part about it was Gary was standing there as if he was like, "What the fuck am I going to do?" And then he went off and ordered Bane.
Yeah, I'm actually really hopeful for this as well, because this is a maquette as well.
Yeah,
and that's exciting. You know,
yeah,
they really need. You know, Sideshow really need to make sure they need a DC Grail.
Like, wind it back.
Bane is the best. Bane and Lobo are the two best of the bunch so far. But
wind it back in a bit, George. Wind it back in a bit. Wasn't Swamp Thing a marquette?
What are you talking about?
Wasn't Swamp Thing a marquette? And that was not done because it's not done very well.
Yeah, but it's not out yet, is it?
No, but it was all made of vinyl, wasn't it?
I still think that looked nice. I think that piece looked nice. I got no problem with that piece.
I saw it in person.
I mean, you're saying this shit to me like it means something. I thought the fucking Swamp Thing looked good. I don't, you know, from what I saw at the con and the videos, it looked fucking exceptional. I've got no problem with that Swamp Thing whatsoever. That's not a bad example. All you did was give me another better example of another good maquette. I think this is. I hope that they put in the effort that Thanos got and the time, and I hope they make this right, because this is a very powerful character, and they need to do it some justice.
Dimitri, Salinier says, Doomsday is going to be very expensive.
You know, let's hopefully they do the right type of thing. I mean, this looks great. So, you know, I'm excited. So
yeah,
let's hope.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's see what Gary does, because if this comes out right, Gary needs to cancel that Prime One Piece for sure. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, we could be really, really selfish and say to Gary, you know, he's getting that dog alien. We can go to Gary, yeah, keep it, Gary, so we get to review it. But the thing is about it is we told Gary to cancel that, because again, that dog alien is a big old piece, and I don't think.
It depends on what your theories are. Some people, you know, they keep them in boxes, they keep them in a room, and that's how their collection goes. I mean,
well, no, because he's planning.
You spend it, but I mean, for me, if I don't come in my room, man, I look around my stuff, I get very pissed off. And if for any reason, like I'm busy with work, I'm busy with people, I'm busy with wife, I'm busy with whatever, and I don't get to come in here for a few days, honestly, I get very close to feeling like I want to fucking stop collecting in general. If I don't come in and sit in here and enjoy it, I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah,
you know, it's really quite, you know, it's how I feel. I wouldn't last. If I was these guys with the boxes, that'd be me fucked. I'd last a week and I'd be like, I'm selling all of this. There's just no point. And I would get rid of everything. Each to their own, I guess.
I'm quite happy because when Redder came over to stay, I had a bit of a tidy up so you could actually come into my room, and it was actually quite nice to be able to go in there now. So I'm quite happy about that.
Oh yeah. Go on, next.
So this is the David Martinez Belmonte movie version of the Juggernaut. So
like from Vinnie Jones.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is the film was pretty dire. The character in the film was pretty dire, but you know what? I mean, I was showing, again, talking about Redder. I was when Redder was over, we were talking about a few pieces, and in the conversation, it came up about the Beast Marquette, the original one, the movie version, and I showed Redder, and he was like, "I've never seen that before." And I said, "Yeah, it's quite rare. It's actually one of 300, and it's a pretty big piece considering it has a flat base. It's a big old piece." And then he goes, "I've never seen it." I said, "Well, have you seen the Juggernaut?" And I showed him that, and he was like, "I've never seen these pieces before." And I said,
Yeah.
"Well, actually, the original Juggernaut Marquette of this character is actually really nice. It's just a shame that it's such a shit character, but it's really, really nice. And again, it's like 1 of 300.
It's difficult. Dave Cassie's asking, what do we think about, the fact that Sideshow have announced Doomsday and Mr. Freeze right as Prime One are like due to release theirs? Do you think it will affect sales? What point scoring do you think going on there?
I think again, this is all speculation. I think, with this is all speculation, but I do think that Prime One and Prime One obviously are distributed by Sideshow, but Prime One are doing their own website. I think by them doing their own website is kind of damaging their relationship, but also I think by Prime One releasing a lot of characters which Sideshow had in the works, I think that damages it more. I'm pretty sure that Sideshow probably had all of these characters in development before Prime One. Sideshow, the way that Sideshow works is because they're such a big company, they have a huge backlog of the pieces they're working on. I mean, if you look at something like, I think like Pinhead was like 5 years in production, before he came out. Magneto was like 3 or 4 years in production. Some of these pieces, apparently the Superman, the He-Man and Skeletor were in production for a long time, and there was no plan to expand the license rather than just those two, but they were a lot more popular. So I think that Sideshow would have had these planned before Prime One, and I think that Prime One releasing them, you got to remember Prime One are 1/3, Sideshow's 1/4, so there are different scales.
Not always, but I mean, with these characters,
No, we're talking about the ones, the Mr. Freeze and the Doomsday are.
To be honest, I mean, I really like the Freeze. I don't. The Doomsday looks good, but I'd cancel it. What the 1/3 I'd cancel that just in size alone.
Well, I think the
Freeze, if they do the Freeze well, I mean, the Freeze looks a bit special.
The P1 Freeze and the P1 environmental suit diorama together. That's probably two of the best from that Batman line, I think. If they come out the way that the prototypes look.
And Prime One usually deliver on that.
Yeah, I mean, is it gonna hurt sales? I don't think it will. I think that with
it ain't gonna hurt Sideshow sales. I think people will cancel Prime One.
I think
if they can, they will. The size is just obscene.
I think
at least it is for me. Maybe it won't.
I agree. I think that people will look at the Prime One Freeze, which I don't remember the price, but I'm pretty sure it's $1,300 or $1,400. They'll look at that. They'll look at the Sideshow one, which, depending on how elaborate that's going to be, it's going to be a maximum of, if it's a premium format, maximum of $700. So for the price of the Prime One piece, I mean, the Prime One piece is super impressive, but people are going to think that's 50% of the price.
And a bit of
and I can actually I can actually display it in my collection.
Well, I could get that and Catwoman for the price of price of Doomsday.
Sure. I think so. His original question was, would it hurt sales? Not for Sideshow. I don't think it will hurt Sideshow sales at all. If it hurts anyone's sales, it will be people cancelling Prime One. But that's all right. Yeah. So sorry, back to this. This is the movie version of this. I think this is a really nice sculpt. I don't like the spikes on his boots, but other than that, I think it's really nice. And I think
you definitely don't want to bend down to do shoelaces up there.
Yeah. So there you go. It's colour there.
Yeah, nice.
Again, I actually
my problem with this character. The problem with this is like in terms of the whole character development in the film. The problem with this as a statue is that the colors are really like non-existent. There's like browns and light greys and sort of moldy type mold green sort of colours. They're all very, very similar. This is a sort of
very
piece
dull.
you'd walk into a room, you'd look at it, and then the second you look at something else, you forget about it instantly. You just forget instantly about it. You're just like, yeah, what was that? I don't even remember. And I think that's a shame. I think that's going to be down to just the fact of keeping it film accurate. And, sometimes it's just it's a bit of a dull concept. It's a shame, really.
Well, I think that the original one by Sideshow, his face looks all like kind of white and kind of has like a horrible look to it. I'm just trying to find if I can see the actual image somewhere. I'm pretty sure, yeah, on the Sideshow one, he looks like really pale. His eyes are really bloodshot. He just, there you go. So you see like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his face is like,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
So this is the Sideshow one. Like that. But look, that's got to be the smallest Sideshow base ever.
Yeah, that doesn't look nice. I'd definitely go with Belmonte easy over these two. That whole pose and whatever that's going on there looks like he's kneeling. Looks like he's lunging.
Kneel before
he don't
Zod.
have the horns on his shins either.
No, he has like little knobbly spikes on his toe caps.
Little knobbly spikes like a cornetto.
He's got cornetto boots. Fucker. All right. This is this is the update of the custom doppelganger. So this one is. Well, what they were doing was, if you look at the image here, they were trying to decide whether to do it like this or continue the building across. I think they should continue the building across personally.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that back thing that's added to that. I'd bring him. Yeah, I'd do so. Yeah, I don't know whether to bring him more over the edge of the top of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It just looks like an afterthought there. I mean, you have to see it made up and how they're going to do it, but I'm just not sure about that.
Well, I did see. I don't see it here, but there was an image where it had this extended, and then it had this one next to it. And it said left or right, and I went for the one with the building extended. I thought it looked much better.
Yeah. Got to agree.
So, all right. Well, I think, sorry, talking about Spanish Heart, he says, I guess this means we'll be seeing the rumored Flash PF soon. I think whenever you see a Sideshow premium format print, I think that's a hint to something that's coming. So we saw a Flash print, and I think that's a hint for something coming.
Same with Deadpool Cable.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the anatomy on the back looks good. The muscles there.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm actually I'm a big fan of Doppelganger. I've spoken to Stephen about it, and also there's a few other characters. I mean, he's fans of the I think the Man Spider and characters like that. So hopefully he'll, if this is a successful piece, hopefully he'll move into the Man Spider and things like that. Because when that Man Spider came onto the Spider-Man animated show, I lost my shit. I was like, well, fucking excited. Man Spider and fucking Punisher starting a fight. It was pretty good, man. Pretty good. So this is Dr. Fate. This was painted by Jun Pitlook. Juan, isn't that? Is that Juan? Juan. Juan Pitlook. Yeah. So this is Dr. Fate. I don't know anything about Dr. Fate, I'm afraid.
I don't know about him at all. I always think to myself, the only time I ever found out about him was that dude from Immortalized in Stone, who's like, they call him Fate, and it's after this guy. And I was just a bit like, right, who the fuck is this guy? And then when I saw a picture of him, I was like, why do I not? I've never heard of this person. I've got no idea.
Sorry, Hugh G, which character are you talking about? If you're talking about Doppelganger, he comes in on the Secret Wars, and his main stuff is normally during Maximum Carnage. I think that's his main appearances. So
some of his better stuff. Yeah.
That's but he's kind of like he works with Carnage, but it's like a bit. Well, he's a bit like but it was like a special needs nephew. With a bit, he doesn't. He gets a bit jealous of Carnage because of Carnage's girlfriend. He's kind of her pet. So yeah, he comes from the Secret Wars comics. So yeah, Doctor Fate. I don't know anything about. I'm sorry, but the paint looks good. The base, the Egyptian base, looks great.
Yeah.
So that's his dust. Then we got the Electra, which all right, we'll come back to her. Sorry, because I've fucked up. So then we got the Green Lantern, which I actually think this looks.
It's Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. I actually think this looks really good.
It's amazing. Looks amazing.
I think, this one, they've taken a character which again I don't really care about, and they've made him look quite impressive. So I think
he looks great. I'm really loving this regular portrait as well with the hood. I don't like the Robin Hood exclusive, and I really don't like that boxing glove. But then again, I'm not a fan of the character overly, so maybe it's more significant to little Easter eggs if you're into the character. I mean, for me, this just looks fucking fantastic. The only thing, when I saw pictures, he looks a lot greener in all the other pictures. It looks a little bit, I don't know what they've done with the colours on this.
Yeah, he looks a bit more like kind of browns and
like a brown and orange sort of look. But then when you look at every other shot, it's really like there.
I think that's
really
just
green.
Yeah,
you just think, what the fuck happened there?
So you got the Robin Hood look there with the boxing glove arrow.
Really love the watertight base, the step, and I really like the pose. I prefer this pose as opposed to the Hawkeye.
Yeah,
and I'm a big fan of the XM Hawkeye. It's a very similar type of pose.
Yeah, there was people
like
comparing it too.
Very straight. This is like a real Archer's sort of. I really like how straight and how straight his back and stuff. I mean, look at that. That's really nice. That it looks like immovable there, which is just really, really solid. I really think they've done an exceptional job here. So I'm very, very, very impressed with this. Really impressed.
No, I think that looks out of the teasers lately. That's one that I have absolutely no attachment to this character. I just can't get excited about him. When I see him, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks great. It looks great.
Yeah, definitely.
Then they teased the Green Lantern.
Yeah, but it's a different one, isn't it? It's a different Lantern. This black guy. I don't know who he is. I know that Brandon Guerrero lost his shit.
Well, Brandon will probably post on there and come up with a name in a minute, which I'm waiting for.
I mean, I really, I've got to commend Sideshow that this is what you want to be seeing.
Yeah, and
these are not.
This is John
characters. Who?
This is John Stewart. And sorry, Ed Dude was asking if that's water on the base. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
That's water on the base there. So this is John Stewart.
Yeah, cool. Really nice.
Stewart of Earth.
He's got a slick haircut. He must go to the same barber as me. Look, he's lying pretty straight.
Dave Cassie mentions Grodd and Stiltman diorama. Is it Grodd the big gorilla?
Gorilla,
yeah. That's
Gorilla Grodd.
Grodd is bad. Yeah, fuck Stiltman, dude. I'll accept Grodd. We could do a Grodd, and we can fuck Stiltman off. I'll tell you that.
We don't want him.
This then is the kind of tease for Hela. This is Lucifixion Hela. So
nice.
So we've got that body there. This again is early days.
Nice movie Marvel piece.
Is it wrong, right? But the first thing I noticed about this was, holy fuck, how many options are there on the side of this the thing that they're designing it on? How many buttons and tabs are there? Jesus Christ. I thought there was enough when I'm like editing on Premiere. I'm like, shit, where's this button and where's that button? Look at that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, anyway, a lot of work goes into this shit.
Oh, I bet, yeah. But that Hela looks great body.
Yeah, nice tilt on the hips there as well. Really nice.
Oh yeah, there you go. Got the shot from behind for me.
I really did like. I loved her in Thor Ragnarok. She was one of the highlights for me. She's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, this is ZBrush. I didn't want to say. Oh yeah, it does actually say at the top left. It says ZBrush up there, but I know some people use some other things. I didn't want to say whether it was or it wasn't.
That's quite sexy, that piece. I like that.
Yeah, I think the cape could be just riding up a little bit more, so you could see a bit more arse.
I bet you fucking do.
And then there's the base there as well. So you got that. A little bit more. Actually, yeah, again, I mean, if you're going to show pictures like this, there's like, I don't know, you got a good inch above her head. Can you not move that up? Fuck's sake. Sort your shit out when you do your little teasers.
Yeah, when you're sending Alex
that's the point.
You want to see actual, you know, you want to see the proper business.
Yeah, I do. And then the base there, so yeah. Nice. This is just an update for the HMO Bounties of Bathos. So the Sorrow is going to go out for pre-order. We are on track with the production of Croaking despite the initial delays. The piece is absolutely massive and the most complex and technical challenging piece that HMO has ever created, with more than 100 individual parts to assemble. Damn. We would like to state that the Bounty of Bathos will, moving forward, be HMO's boundary push-in line where collectors can discover 1, never seen before concepts with novel character design, 2, new engineering techniques for statue creation, 3,
I like the way they're doing it.
Amazing story weaving into the statue. Because the edition size will be kept extremely low, Bounties of Bathos will not be open to public for pre-orders, but will be done through an application process. The profile of the Bounty of Bathos collectors: 1, the collectors who are friends, family, and early support of HMO. 2, collectors who seek differentiation from non-mainstream products that on the market. 3, collectors who appreciate the artistry and conceptual ideas of bringing a world from fantasy into existence. If you fit the above, you will apply for a slot in the Sorrow pre-order by filling out this form here. Damn, that's new. So that's just to show then that the Ren was sold out. We did do the review of Ren. Nice. This is then to show you the Ren, the Croaking, the Sorrow, and the Necrosis. We've seen all
in person, and they all look exceptional. All of them, the Croaking especially.
The Croaking is probably.
I saw very early, of the final guy. What's his name? The
Necrosis. Yeah.
Necrosis guy, very early. But the Croaking is the one that I would have in my setup. I would put that's a fucking really, really impressive.
Croaking is really
I saw very, very nice. I mean, Sorrow's stunning as well. The girl.
Well, the Sorrow base is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So you got the giant. Sorry. Oh yeah. You got the giant hand, which is in the giant hand, which is in the water, which is kind of bleeding through, and it looks super, super nice.
They're all there. I mean, in fairness, I agree with every word on that statement that HMO is saying.
Yeah. Well, what they're doing is they're making it so that, from what I took away from that, is they are going to be looking after the people who were supporting them from the beginning. So the people who have been ordering from the beginning will be able to continue the line because of the low edition size. And I guess once there are several left over at the end, then that may be open to the public.
Good. That's nice.
Okay. So that's just a Croaking picture, which, I think there's a switch out head for that, which looks more like a kind of Batman-y head. Then you've got the Poison Ivy. This is the Prime 1 version, so this is the 1/3. This looks like the original one, which Imaginarium Arts was working on. Then Prime 1 have kind of taken it over and kind of refined it. So you've got the face, the back. I just want to focus on that a little bit. And then, the face is really, really nice. I think it's a beautiful face. I think it looks, it's done really well. Then you've got the body sculpt there with the kind of the plant, the teeth are done really well there as well. So you got that.
Yeah, the whole thing is just beautiful. It's a stunning piece. But it's just so big. It's just so big at 1/3 scale.
I don't really like the exclusive. The exclusive is a vine with a case, which is I'm assuming is there like a virus in this and then a cat with it.
Yeah, I thought that looks a little bit out of place, doesn't it?
It looks like this is actually all sculpted and all done, and then this is kind of like just the concept which I haven't done yet.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's exactly what it looks like.
So there's that.
It's a beautiful piece, that though. It's really, really impressive.
With this being 1/3,
the whole leaning back on the plant and stuff like it, looping around to protect her, is almost reminds me of sort of Khaleesi riding the dragon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In their Game of Thrones, it's a sexy piece. It's very nice.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, but the thing is, again, with it being 1/3, it's just too much real estate for me. I can't justify it.
No,
So
me either.
this then is one. This is for Brandon Guerrero, by the way. So this one was an old one from a con, but it popped up again. So I was looking at some Iron Studios pieces, and this is the Iron Studios Jurassic Park diorama, which I just wanted to put on there. So this came up in a con a while ago, but it keeps popping up, and yeah, this is super impressive. And I bet if Brandon Guerrero had the space, he'll be all over this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's our 1/10 because they're, their 1/10 is kind of, I think, their strongest part that they're working on.
I agree. That's their best line.
T-Rex is nice as well. Look at that.
Yeah, really nice.
Brandon says, "I'm getting it." Yeah, but Brendan, where the fuck are you going to put this? Jesus.
He doesn't care.
This
got in the bathroom.
This is the custom Magneto, and this is
custom Magneto, really.
Yep, this is sculpted by Alejandro Pereira.
What?
Yeah, so this is actually going to be in 3 colors. So what you've got is you've got the white version.
Yeah,
you're going to have the regular version, and then you're going to have that's the white version again, and then you're going to have the red version.
I don't want to be a fucking arsehole. Does this not just remind you of Bowen?
It does. It does. I mean, I do like the the base where the shield is.
The missiles.
No. Just see where the shield is coming up.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. It's just that there's got to be. There's got to be. Man. Well, there's got to be
fucking week. There's a Magneto on there.
There's got to be like 20 custom Magnetos now, and I just think it's getting a bit much. It's just getting a bit like okay,
because they sell. They sell for good money.
They do.
The Daniel Bell one sold for good money, and the XM one sells for good money. Fuck me, the Bowen Designs one sells for good money. But it's just like, you know what I mean? Fucking find somebody else, man. Have a day off. I want to come on here 1 week. I don't want to fucking see Magneto. I'm not joking. I don't want to see him.
Well, I'm going to find one next week just to piss you off.
Oh, fuck. That's all I need. So many characters out there. So many characters that need doing and need doing well to the level that the Magnetos have been done. It's just been done to death, man. Someone needs to, honestly, next time somebody says, "Oh, I'm doing a Magneto," I mean, I even spoke to one of my mates the other day on there, and he even said he's in the middle of trying to do one himself, and he even said, "I'm fucking going to ease off because they're just everywhere." You know what I mean? And I felt fucking bad for him. I was just like, you know what? Yeah. It's so true.
Okay, so that's the Magneto. This actually then is the Iron Studios 1/10 Hulk. I think we spoke about it last week, but this is just a few more pictures. And I actually think if this was quarter scale, this would be probably one of the best licensed quarter scale Hulks. That's available. Yeah, movie Hulk.
Yeah.
So
probably the best out there.
So I mean, this looks better than the Marquette. The Sideshow Marquette, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is a lineup of the actual Iron Studios 1/10 line from Infinity War.
Yeah.
So you got a lot there. And there you go. So moved around a little bit.
Mm.
You got the measurements
Very
there.
nice.
So for a 1/10 piece, this is 25 centimeters tall, 10 inches tall. So Jesus.
It's lovely.
So they're saying Hulk. They're saying Hulk.
Everything about this, I like.
Yeah, they're saying Hulk is 100 inches.
What's that then?
100 inches is 2.5 meters. So
What?
so 8 foot
Yeah.
and 8'4". That sounds okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
That's about right. I mean, 8'4" Hulk's not even really truly pissed off yet.
Yeah.
He's peeved. 8'4" Hulk is slightly peeved.
Slightly agitated.
Slightly agitated. He's not even vexed yet. He's not even vexed. Once he starts getting vexed, man, he's 10 foot tall.
He ain't stubbed his toe yet or anything, you know. Then this is the Electra. So yeah, this is the photo. So initially the you know, I think we looked at this a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think either of us kind of thought it went well with the Daredevil. I think the pose was just a bit
catwalk.
You know, she was just a bit too kind of posy compared to him ready for battle. But Sideshow have now shown that there are switch out arms. So you know, this is still the arms down.
Different head,
you know.
It's a different head. I think so.
I don't think that is.
That's lovely, that other one.
So this is then the pose with the arm out. That's nice. I think that actually adds quite a lot to have that switch out arm. I think what they've done with this piece as well is they've actually give you quite a lot of options with this, because also, you know, you have the arm out like that. So this is the display option.
Oh yeah.
So you have that on that, but then so these are the measurements. So she's 23.5 inches high, 20 inches wide, and 15 inches deep.
It's big. It's a big piece.
Yeah. It's just some close-ups of the old details.
I could definitely get that off.
Huh?
I can get that off.
And then you got the gargoyle on the base, which looks pretty cool. And then also the stained glass window, or the smashed stained glass window, I think looks really nice.
Very nice.
But then, like, that's the picture of them together. But then, like, you know, you're thinking, okay, well, arm out, whatever. But they also give you swords.
Oh, nice.
So the exclusive is swap out hands holding the katana blades, which you can also display.
That pose looks better with the swords.
Yeah.
It looks much better with the swords. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. This is wicked.
Yeah, and you know, very nice. Again, if you want a little bit more variety, you can go with the sword out.
So what are you getting, like 4 arms with this?
You get 2 sword arms. So two sword.
Great job.
2 sword hands. Fair play. 2 sword hands.
And obviously you can mix them all up, can't you? You can give her a sword and a sai.
You could.
You can give her, you know, sword down, sai, you know, hand out. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think I think that changes the piece quite a lot, and I think that again, I wasn't personally that excited about this piece, and I sort of looked at it with the 2 sides down, and I was a bit like, she's just posing there, you know, he's getting ready to do some work, and she's there like, you know, check me out, you know, and I think with the switch out options, I think that really ups this piece quite a lot, and I think that Sideshow giving you that many display options is a good move forward for Sideshow.
Great, you know, credit where credit is due. I've been very impressed with them this week.
Yeah,
but not only with their reveals and stuff, but things like this. This is exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah,
you know, and this is fair fucking play. Well done, like really. I've heard people talk about her face and stuff, and saying about like she looks Greek or she looks whatever it is, but she's always been a little bit like Romany gypsy to me.
Yeah.
Like whenever I've seen her in like comics and seen her in things,
When I
she
say
comes across
they're all saying she looks a bit Asian, and she is meant to be like, isn't she meant to be Latina? No.
I don't listen. All I know is from where I've read or seen her, like in places, is she always reminds me of like a Romany gypsy, like a gypsy woman.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what that looks like. Hey,
Oh, she is Greek.
huh?
She's Greek.
Yeah. Well, she is Greek.
She's Greek.
Yeah, she looks a bit Romany gypsy to me. Maybe like a Greek gypsy, could be either, but she looks a bit Romany gypsy.
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Electra. Oh no, the Red Hulk in that.
All right. So yeah, people are saying that even though she's meant to be Greek, she looks more kind of Oriental Asian here.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest. You should step over to Greece and look at some of the like the gypsy Greeks. They look like that.
Hmm. But I think that
obviously, I am a little bit Greek, so I definitely can see a bit of it.
But I think that pose now with those swords, I think that makes it look much better than the size.
I just think that this is a real big step up, a big statement from Sideshow. I really think it needs to be acknowledged. That's that's been this is hopefully this isn't just a one-off thing that we see. Hopefully we start seeing a few bits and pieces like this.
And where do you think the join's going to be? Do you think the join's going to be here where the band is around her arm, or do you think it's going to be around where the bra?
It can't be
I
there.
know, because she's got her arm up, hasn't she?
She's got her arm up. The join will be, if you go back to that photo there.
No, it's going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Around her suit is where the whole skin part is going to come out, and it's the same with the arm down. So if you go to the next picture,
it's like when you look at the symbiote Spider-Man. It's sort of going to be like that.
Similar, yeah. But if you look from behind, you can also see where they're going to do it there. You can see there, right where that strap is. Right, yeah, exactly. That's what it'll be.
Nice.
The back will all be the same, which is actually quite interesting because it's quite clever anatomy-wise. Because arm down in that angle and arm up are not too different on her back, and the reason being is because she's elevating her shoulder. Because her arm is if it was down like this and then up like this, your back looks different. But because her arm's down but her shoulders up, the back will look the same. So it's very clever. Really smart poses, really knowing your anatomy and physiology. Well, I'm just gonna say anatomy because people get pissed off, but yeah.
We got a few other people coming in. So Spanish Heart.
Bitch.
Dan Frisco says yes. So 2 arms with 4 hands. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
And then Xavier Pruitt says no, you're wrong. 3 arms and 4 hands. Yeah, that sounds right. 3 arms, 4 hands. That sounds right.
Yeah, possibly.
Dan Frisco says she looks like a pirate with the swords.
Walk the plank, bitch.
Frisco Whitehouse says shout out from Wolverhampton.
Yo, man. Welcome.
We were up there.
And that's
we're up
here, man.
We went to Wolverhampton to do a trade, didn't we?
We did indeed. Your best mate in the whole world drove you there and back. About 7 or 8 hours worth of driving.
Oh, Rob went there.
Fuck you bitch.
This one's just for George. This one's for George. So basically, this one is the 1/10 scale Thanos, and this is the bit where he grabs the fucking moon behind and makes into like asteroids. So yeah, that's again. I mean, this is one of their 1/10 pieces, and I do think their 1/10 pieces are impressive.
Yeah, very much so.
This looks nice as well. Yeah, 35 centimeters. 26.
Yeah, his face is quite high. Though.
Yeah,
it's quite high compared to the Hulk.
I like
he's a beast. He's a human. Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah.
Maybe our boy James, maybe Green will buy that. We'll get to review that. Green, buy this, you silly bitch.
Yeah. 14 inches will go into one of your shelves, though, George. Between Apocalypse and Thanos. Yeah. Then you got the Mr. Freeze coming soon. We've already touched on this a little bit,
I want
but
to see it. I want to see what direction they're going to go with it, how it's going to look. But
yeah,
exciting.
I'm hoping that what they're going to do is all of these teasers are chalking your queue to get you ready for San Diego Comic-Con, because that's next month. No, 2 months away.
Yeah, well, I
So
hope
that's
so
what
too.
I'm kind of hoping.
I don't think I don't know what their plans are, because they're actually really hard to read. Sideshow, they're very good like that. But I'm very, I'm happy with them. They've got some serious brownie points off me this week.
So I mean, with the Mr. Freeze, I mean, yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to see what they do with this. And
I just hope that they keep it like a little bit more comic book. And they go that way, because that'll really damage the Prime one.
Yeah.
In terms of the fact that collectors will I mean, a lot of collectors are sacrificing to get their characters, even if it's just the game versions. But a lot of them ain't the game collectors.
Yeah.
To be honest, a lot of people have the Arkham line have it because they like the franchise, the work. I don't think they're like diehard gamers in that regard. I think they just think, yeah, fuck it, I want to freeze, and that looks like freeze, and fair enough. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes with the freeze. And what's next? This basically was to remind me that the Prime 1 Batman line, third scale Arkham line, has been stopped. So anything that has been announced and released will still be released, but anything that actually is not done yet is not going to be. So I don't know why that's the case. Maybe it's the how long they had their license for and whatever else. But I know Warner Brothers have said to them, you can do Hush and you can do other parts of the license, but maybe Warner Brothers have seen how much fucking Prime One are doing the same characters over and over again. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's funny because on this you haven't really added them. You haven't added all the golds and the whites and all the other different Batmans. But yeah, I mean, it's been spanked, this line. I mean, in fairness, a lot of nice little gems have come out of here. I mean, my personal favourites being, the Freeze, the Scarecrow, the Deathstroke. I like the Miller Batman as well. But I got to be honest, seeing a lot of these in person. I saw the Arkham Batman. I saw that dude over there. What's his name with the blue guy? I saw Quinn. I saw Bane. I saw, I see a few of them together. I wasn't overly impressed with them, to be brutally honest with you. Some of them were really nice, but it's a handful, really. The rest of them had an overwhelming toy-like look to them that I just couldn't get past, personally. So,
apparently,
no big
old Brendan Guerrero says they teased Freeze. It looks like a comic with the Captain Morgan pose, holding a gun in his right hand and a big overall shaped comic dome helmet. I don't know where they teased that because I didn't see that.
I haven't seen it yet, but at the end I hope that's the way they go. I mean, this line, I think there's a few gems into it, but like I say, the Deathstroke that we had that had lots of issues. It's really well done in terms of like paint and the portraits and the add-ons and things, but the actual keying and the magnets were all really shit. The engineering on that piece was incredibly poor. So it's a hard one. I mean, I really didn't get too excited about this line. I mean, when it all came out and they all started being, I was just it.
Apparently, that's the tease of the Mr. Freeze. Someone's just been fucking around the colour so you can see a bit more detail.
That's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It's not my style. That's the thing. Even if I could handle 1/3, which size-wise, no, but it's just not my style. They're a bit museum. They're a bit toy-like for me.
Yeah,
I just can't get past it. I can't. It's just the way that I really want to see the I really want to see the Miller in person.
Yeah. Well, Miller's not part of that line, but oh yeah, sorry, he's in the middle there. So yeah, he is one of the download codes. Sorry, I take that back. But the Robin, I think the Robin was one of the ones that I thought was actually pretty good. The Deathstroke, I mean, I had that. It just had a few little QC issues which really bothered me. But then other than that, I did not like the Harley in person. I thought she looked too toy-like. The original one I thought was too toy-like. And just a lot of like the Two-Face, just the suit, just just the sculpt on the suit was just too thick. Didn't look too great. I want to see Azrael in person. Mr. Freeze, Azrael are the ones I really want to see, and the environmental suit. So then this was just the post power by Calvin. I'm not going to read through that, but it says Warner has awarded more licenses to P1 now, i.e., Hush, Kingdom Come, Injustice, etc. So they're going to start basically focusing on those.
Good. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing. I mean,
well, not for the people.
I think they make some really amazing stuff. Prime One, and I actually believe that sticking to this Arkham stuff actually it limits them. I think it limits them.
In all honesty, though, you have to think about the people who have invested in these lines with the hope that they're going to be completed. They're not going to get now a Penguin. They're not going to get a Riddler. They're not going to get certain other characters. So now these people have invested thousands of pounds for a line.
They'll be more pissed because there's 20 Batmans when there could be a Penguin and could be a Riddler. There's definitely more spins, more money earners that they've done rather than complete the line. That's where you'd be pissed. I wouldn't be pissed that it started and it ended. They did release a fair few characters, but I'd be pissed that they put so much time into making 20 different Arkham Batmans instead of doing a Penguin and Riddler, like you say.
All the color variants, fucking.
The color variants. They did like a night version and a black version and a, whatever else. But
But it says here though that Jay wants to assure you that he may revisit the Arkham line again in the future, just not the near future. So yeah, we'll see about that.
I think that's for Prime One. That might be a good move.
Yeah. So this was a teaser for Prime One as well. When they posted this originally, I was like, that could be the Captain America base because they were going to do the 1/3 Captain America, which their Marvel license seems to be kind of on hold. So then someone mentioned that this was the base for the other.
Oh yeah. Cool.
So that if that looks like that would be nice. But again, if that's 1/3 scale, I'm out. I think they've already done a 1/3. They should do this in quarter scale.
I totally agree.
This was just then packaging tests for the 1/3 PCS Goro.
Fucking piece is massive.
Well, if you look at the figure, is around. That's not centimeters, is it? It's got to be inches. It's about 30 inches apparently.
Yeah, beast.
So yeah, but sorry, you take off the bottom. 27 inches.
About this.
Yeah, so that's the close up on the face there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I think this is only 150 edition size, isn't it?
Well, low, yeah.
Yeah.
This came out at a time when PCS were in a bit of trouble. So I think that affected the numbers. But I mean, they re-released this now. They'd probably do better with the numbers. But this looks amazing.
I think what happened. This is when all the
type of pictures where I got all the smoke in the background and the dark background and all that shit. This is what I like to see. This type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think as well. This,
nice.
As you say, this came out at a bad time, and I think also that the ninjas were coming out. They looked like shit.
Yeah.
Well, sorry if I go through these. So this is the Lucifixion Power Man. So Luke Cage.
Yeah.
So you got that there. So this, I think, is the head is sculpted by Eric Sosa.
Yeah.
So you got the
exclusive head on it, isn't he?
Yeah. So you got the classic head. and then there's the modern head. So you got that there. So classic
really
modern.
I got into, to be honest, this one.
No, I never really did either. Even when I watched the TV series, so Netflix series, I watched it, but the character's cool. The guy who plays him is really good, but I just couldn't really get into it very much.
The nostalgia ain't there, is it?
No, you need that attachment. I do like the original look to him.
Yeah,
I prefer the classic look to the modern look.
so
kind of disco look. I think this would be quite. I think the base on this is going to be.
It's 70s, isn't it? It's definitely like 70s.
I think the base on this is going to be pretty big, and I do like the way that you have the options for the swap outs because it really does change the piece. You swap out the torso.
It's quite a drastic change, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It really is. It really does change a piece big time. Totally changes it. So got that there. Then they've got the Supergirl. So this is the Stanley Lau Supergirl premium format figure. So, with the one they've only just done, they did kind of mess up the face a little bit. So hopefully this one looks a lot better. But in all honesty, I don't like Sideshow had the Stanley Lau stuff, which was the Catwoman and the Poison Ivy, the 1/6 ones or the 1/5 ones.
Yeah.
I don't like them at all. I do not like them at all. I don't like that style at all. So
no.
I don't know how this is going to come out, and I hope it looks better than those 1/5 or 6 piece. I think a 1/5. I hope it looks better than those.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you.
So this then, I just put this one in here because basically this piece keeps popping up on my feeds. And that's what I was going to talk to you about there. So this piece keeps popping up on my feed. This is just Joe. I think it's Joe Decotta. He commissioned this, and this has been painted up. And I keep seeing different people who have painted this, and this looks fantastic. This is like, I think, the Death of the Green Goblin, and I think that this is really nice. It's court scale kit. I don't know if it's still available.
It's beautiful, really beautiful. It's moving. It's got quite a lot of mood and dark.
You got the masked head with his hair sticking out, and you got the one with the mouth out. I like that because I think the mouth one suits this one quite a lot. Sometimes you have the mouth one, you have custom heads with the mouth, and I don't think it suits it very much at all.
Yeah, it's battered, isn't it? I mean, it always looks better when the mouth's open like that when he's a ripped suit and he's a bit battered up. Because that's what you associate with it. When he looks pristine, but his mouth's out, you're like, what the fuck's he doing? What's happening here? It just doesn't work.
But this is nice.
This looks really nice. It does look very nice.
Oh, I didn't notice that before. Sorry, the eye as well. You see the eye is open. So you see his eye sticking out. That's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Super impressed by that. And then here you go. That come up just as we were going live, George.
It's a little bit disappointing, really, because it's a premium format. Really, I'd like to have seen Sideshow doing the kit.
Yeah,
just in terms of the quality and the time, that they could have put into it. I would have liked to have seen them. Maybe who knows? It might be nice. They'll have a hard job though. I don't want to sound like a fucking arsehole, but they can't touch the Magneto and they won't be able to touch the cable. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and I hope that that a lot of collectors can get this because that I know that the film's coming out now. It's going to be it's the right time for this type of thing, and a lot of people missed out on getting the XM one. So it's great that lots of people are going to get a quarter scale cable in their collection. That's what's really decent. And if the fact that they can do clothes, will actually really make a nice different look to this. I mean, cable is depicted with quite a lot of clothes. Depending on what sort of stuff you read. There's a lot of media on it, so they could really do a good job with that.
Well, and also some people may have two in their collection. You never know. You never know. I mean, they could do.
You're thinking about doing it?
I don't know. I mean, I never. I'm not the kind of person to say, never say never. So, I'll
Yeah,
I'll uh, I'll I'll keep
I'm,
looking and
I'm saying never.
no.
Nah, I like Cable's one of my favourites, but I can't have two characters of him, and
Well, I mean, I only have the XM one because it's the only one on the market, but I think it's a pile of shit. I think if there's a sideshow released
you're,
one, I'll sell
you're
it
a bad liar.
and I'll buy the sideshow one for sure.
You're a bad liar. But there's a lot of
Oh
things
no,
they can do with it.
I'm
Couple
sorry.
of clips
I'm
on
trying.
the head, the beard head, the light up eye, mixed
I'm
media.
trying
They can
to.
make it very, very different.
I'm trying to make Redder feel better about himself because he fucking sold his, didn't he?
I want to buy this.
No, he sold his a while back because he bought it and someone offered him double, and he decided I want the money and sold it. And when he came to came over to my house, he really regretted it. But the funny thing was, I'm gonna have to bring this shit up, and I'm gonna have to say it because when we were in Singapore, Redder was there, and he saw the prototypes of a lot of pieces in 2016, and he made a list of the top 10 pieces there, and I think Cable was like number 8. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
you poor
so
boy.
I have to keep bringing it up. The funny thing is just before Redder came over, it was like in a movie, like in a movie scene where something happens and it looks really staged. Like someone kind of picks up a notebook and a piece of paper falls out in a
Yeah,
film,
of
and then they
course.
go. That happened. I was tidying up my collection room because Redder and his wife are coming over, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make an effort, tidy it up. I picked up a notebook, and this bit of paper fell out, and it was literally like that. And I look at it, and it was Redder's fucking top 10 list that I kept. So I was like, I've got to show this guy. I've got to show this guy how fucking wrong he is about his list. I mean, he would still agree. I think his number one was Ghost Rider, and he would still agree that's number one. But the rest of the list was jacked. The
Yeah,
rest of
very
the
good.
list was so wrong. But I really hope Sideshow do a good job of this. I hope it hasn't got a Sentinel base, and
I don't care
I
about
hope
any of that. The Sentinel
I hope
base. I hope it has a light up,
light up
switch it up,
eye.
board head,
Yeah,
mixed media, all of that, all singing, all dancing. I hope it has all of them things on it.
yeah. Probably have a Madeline Pryor as well, little baby. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
maybe. Madeline Pryor isn't the baby, though, by the way, mate. Madeline
No.
Pryor is the mother. The baby is Baby Hope.
Oh, so you're right. I hope.
Open your fucking mouth if you don't know what you're saying. All right? Keep it to yourself. Madeline Pryor is the clone that he used to actually make Cable in the first place.
Yeah, it's Cable's mum.
It is Cable's mum. Yeah, she's like she's the clone
The
of
clone of
Jean
Jean
Grey.
Grey. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but she doesn't have any of the powers.
All right. So this then is the.
Saw the video of this. Looked fantastic. I have to say.
This is getting a lot of hate on the groups.
Oh really?
People are
good.
People are really laying into it.
What's wrong with it now?
I don't see the issue. They're saying the lean is off and some other things are off, but I saw this piece in New York Comic Con. The only complaint I have is I think that possibly the blue parts should have no texturing just to kind of break it up a little bit, or some of the yellow panels should have no texture, just to kind of give it like a different depth.
Yeah.
But
you don't want him looking like he's been run over by a fucking hedgehog, do you?
But I don't think this piece looks bad at all. I don't think it was very expensive either, was it? But I mean, the sculpt is great. I think the body looks great. I don't know. I mean, I like it, but as I say, this is where you can see it more. So you can see the texturing all over here, and then you can see even the texturing on the blue.
It's very hard, though. I need to see this in hand. I really do want to see it in hand. I do. I don't care what you're
No, I'm saying I have seen it. I have seen it in hand. Basically, that was one of the things I said when I saw it, that there was too much texture.
I want to see this piece in person. But I mean, I watched the out of the box thing. I think it looked really good. I mean, but at the end of the day, each to their. I mean, the problem the thing is I'm not mad. Like I like Wolverine, but
Yeah,
I like him enough to have the XM Wolverine that takes up like literally about 12, 13 inches of space. That's what I'll give Wolverine. I wouldn't give him an inch more. You know what I
yeah,
mean? As far as spaces go, the main reason I have the XM one is it's a true quarter scale. Ain't no 6 foot Wolverine. It's a 5'2", 5'3" Wolverine, and it looks the right scale with Cyclops and Gambit and X and X and X. So
yeah,
that's why I have it. I have that little space set aside for it. You
yeah.
know, I couldn't give it any more. I couldn't give any Wolverines any more space because I don't like the character enough.
I think they've done a good job on the arm hair as well. Because
Yeah,
some of the previous
I like the short
Wolverines,
gloves as well.
yeah, some of the previous
Short
Wolverines
gloves.
they've fucked up on the arm hair.
It's really hard to do. I mean, XM's is shit and all.
Yeah, metal claws. Well,
It's not like the worst ever, but it's not good either.
the original XM one is like fish scales, but
Yeah,
the Weapon X they've done much better.
much better. Yeah, totally
Yeah,
agree.
I think this looks great. I think the weathering on his shoulder pads. I think
I
the
got no issue.
texturing on his mask. I
And
I really
Amy
like it.
looks right. Body looks good.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah,
cinched. Chest looks right. Like the veins and the bulges and the striations into his traps. I think it looks great. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. People are saying it's like leaning too much, and
The question is if it's going to. The bottom
yeah,
line is, I don't care who the fuck you are. Dark Phoenix, that piece overtime, that's fucked. That's at it. Or every single one of them, that piece is fucked. You know, overtime, that is going to go because I've seen so many pictures of loads of these people going, no, mine's not leaning up. And I just want to say, I'm looking at it, you fucking idiot. I can see it's leaning. Don't tell me it's not. I can already see that it's moved like 15 degrees. The piece drops. So, but that's a little bit different. That's got one leg in there and it's got a weird peg system where it's like a square peg, but
yeah.
it's not very tight. So there's
You
play,
could,
there's movement.
you could with the Phoenix, you can turn her around.
Yeah, it's not good. So I watched the unboxing on this, and it looked to me like they put the pegs in the right legs, though, didn't they?
I never saw the unboxing.
I think the peg is in that right leg. I think the peg is in that right leg, and then the wedge is on the left one, which I think is should do the business. But time will tell. Time will tell. Hard thing with this is, though, man, is that taking photos of this is very different because if you move 20 degrees to your left and take a picture, it's going to look fucking pissed as fuck.
Well, yeah, his leg's going to look fucked if you do that. So here's the measurements for you guys are asking. So 15.5 inches high, 17 inches wide, and 12 inches deep. So he's very easy to display.
Yeah, 15.5 isn't too bad at all, to be brutally honest with you.
Yeah, yeah. The problem with this is, I mean, I was looking into ordering this, and with the pattern that Sideshow were following at the time, I was under the belief that it was going to be an announced edition size for the exclusive, and then it was going to be like a 750, and then they were going to do the extended for the regular, because they did that for the Mark III at the time. And then obviously before that, they did it for the Thanos. So I thought that was going to be the case for this. And if that was the case, I would have ordered day one.
I think that would have been the right decision. But
yeah,
they slapped a really high number on this, and that'll piss a lot of people.
2.5K, anyway. I think it is. Yeah,
that's going to piss off a lot of people anyway. You know, whether this is good, bad, or indifferent, you're going to get shit just for that alone.
Yeah,
that's gross.
That's nice. Look at the back. The back's great.
Yeah, back's lovely. It is.
Blue,
it's a nice suit.
The blue there looks really good. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I may again because of the edition size, you know, I'm going to go for this probably afterwards. It's just because of the tax and shipping.
Yeah, the tax and shipping is going to kill you, and you'll be able to pick an exclusive for under retail soon enough.
Well, hopefully I'll get a trade or something, you know.
Yeah, but you'll be able, if you want to buy it, you'll get it for less because the numbers are too big.
And then
This is
you
what
got
people don't seem to get that. They don't seem to understand, but that's how it works. When the numbers are so high like that, someone will have this and want to sell it to buy something else, and they'll take a loss just to get a part of the money. And there'll be so much competition. So where there'll be, I don't know. Let's say you're looking for a fucking, I don't know. You're looking for a Sentinel of Liberty, Captain America, whatever. You may have like 3 or 4 people at any one time selling the same piece, but with this, they'll be readily available.
Yeah.
There'll be at least probably like 7 to 10 up for sale at any one time. It won't be something that people will be like, oh my god, I need, why do I never see that for sale? It's like, yeah, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Same with the Amazing Spider-Man, unfortunately, the premium format. That's up for sale all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, every day I can go on, there's like 10 of them.
So Vapping with Twisted 419. How's it going? Yo. Not too bad. Not too bad. Jules is asking how tall it is. Yep, we got that. Dave Cassie, Alex, your character appreciation is showing. Well, yeah. Brenda Guerrero, $5 says Alex gets it. Yeah. Thiago Pinto says, yeah, nice ass.
Got a good eye.
Yeah. There you go. Go back to that. See a little bit of low-hanging fruit. A little bit of low-hanging fruit there as well, Yeah, I don't know how many pictures I've got of this, but I seem to have about 50 pictures of this Wolverine. There you go. Then we're on to the XMs. So this looks like they're getting ready for the Thailand Comic Con. So they've got all their stuff lined up there. So if you kind of start up at the back, let me kind of get the old magnifying glass out here so you can have a little proper look. So at the back, we've got the Weapon X. I think that looks like a little bit of Mystique there.
That's Mystique there. I can see that.
And you got the Weapon X. Professor X. Sorry, that's what I meant. Professor X there. So you got the 2 different versions there. Then you got the Gambit there.
Yeah.
Then you got the Omega Red.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you got the Iceman, which that Iceman looks fucking impressive.
I said to Ang, I said to Sang, I said to him, it's one of the best paint jobs I've ever seen. The depth in there is fucking nuts. The depth, the colours and the shading and everything in there is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it really is an impressive job. I'm actually really happy looking at that. I'm really happy with the shades of red they're using from Mega Red, where they're using like a chromed or silver effect to highlight some of the armor. And then, that dark red, I'm very pleased with that. Very, very pleased. It's dark shading in that piece. I think the piece looks ominous. So very happy. I mean, only on that table for me, it's only a Mega Red I'm interested in. But, very happy with what I'm seeing there.
Nicholas is saying, do they always prep 2 pieces for a con? Maybe what they're doing is switch up poses. I don't know, but normally when we did the cons, because we helped them unbox stuff, it was only 1. But probably what happened is because I broke the Storm and another piece, they probably decided they need to.
Well, they probably thought, we better find out if Alex would come in first before we fucking just do one.
Alex says he might be there. Let's do another one just in case.
Let's have a spare on hand.
Yeah. So I like the colours of Gambit. I think the colours of Gambit look spot on as well.
Brown and purples look great, don't they? It does. It looks good. It looks very nice.
Oh, we got the Emperor in the house as well.
Welcome, Omar, my brother.
And we got Kinshin.
Yes.
He's asking about where is this Mr. Sinister? Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that.
Because I know there was some drama with XM and some penis who decided just to kind of try and go on a smearing campaign. And I don't know what's happening with some of their stuff is on hold. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Right.
for me, there's a couple of hinted characters that I really hope are going to happen. So let's hope. That's great.
And this is pretty cool. Somebody from the con has made the Magneto throne, so you can kind of sit there and get your picture taken, I believe. So they're going to have a Magneto helmet, which you wear or hold in your hand, and you get the picture taken. So that is pretty cool. But also what they have is they have a life-size Batman Ninja or Samurai, sorry.
Batman Samurai, yeah.
So they got that as a...
That's wicked, man. They do all that stuff, though, don't they? Though they can do all that stuff, the life-size.
I don't think it's them doing it.
Oh no, they do it though, didn't they?
XM they do. XM do props, and they do these kind of large displays for theme parks and theatre. But this I don't think this is an XM. I love the way this guy is like doing it, putting it all together and working there with his flip flops on.
Yeah, man. Listen, until you've got on a fucking seaplane and you see them fuckers flying a plane, you don't know what fear is.
There you go. Paint on that looks great.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And that was one that came up a couple of weeks ago, but I think we missed it on the last chat.
Picture.
This picture's really blurred, looks really bad, and the suit on this picture looks a bit thick.
Looks like cake icing.
Yeah.
Fondant. It's like fondant, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, so that's not looking great in that picture, but it is a terrible picture. I wouldn't if I was
put too much stuff into that at all, because
I'm pretty sure that Ben put this one up, and if I was Ben, I would never have posted that picture.
Yeah, Ben needs to fucking get a grip, man.
Get a grip, Ben, or fucking wipe the lens on your camera. It's high humidity.
Wipe the lens on your camera, get a new camera, or fucking just put the camera down.
Sorry, someone just mentioned it looks like Kingpin with the cake icing looking suit. I saw a picture the other day.
Listen, that's not the first. That is not the first or the last time you will see that. I'm not under any illusions. I mean, the lizard has a fondant coat. That's just how it goes. It's just, you know what I mean? The one thing I'm going to say without, for me, XM, the one thing that they really need to sort of, get better at is the texturing and the thickness. They need to ease up on the thickness of some of their like heavy duty clothing, things like thick coats, suit jackets, jumpers, things like that. They need to try to make them look more delicate, because they do look awfully chunky, and thick, and it can be done, because there are pieces that are like half the fucking scale, and it's been done. So it's just about perfecting. I'm not worried about it, because like Sideshow and other companies, there are weaknesses, and hopefully that they can address them. But you need to say what it is, because if you don't tell them that there's an issue, if you're too busy bouncing on everyone's cock, you don't fucking tell them what's wrong, things don't ever get better.
Well, you need to. That's one of the things which I've been told that it's okay to critique, but maybe I need a bit more diplomacy about it, is what I've been told several times. So, and I've just gone like, well, that's how it is. So I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it.
But the point of that is, right, honestly, that is somebody that cannot take criticism that's telling you that. Because the bottom line is that you should understand when somebody turns around and says, listen, your suit jacket looks like it's made out of fondant, it looks like it's on a cake. If you're going to hear that, you should listen, and you should be like, does it? And if you can be honest with yourself, it does a little bit. You can improve that. If you're too busy worrying about the harshness of the critiques, you never get anywhere. I read some of the, I read somebody put a post up about the Punisher that we did, the review that we did. Someone put a post up saying about how bad the skin was and blah blah. And I could read. I saw people involved in the project just getting involved, and they weren't taking the blatantly obvious flaws that were there. They just weren't accepting them, that they were real. You just got to accept them.
Well, I spoke to, before I put up the post of the Punisher, when we actually filmed this, it was a while back, I contacted Franco and I contacted Henry Stewart, and I said to them, guys, we've done our review. just to give you a heads up, these are the points which we think about it. So, just to give you a heads up that that's coming, just out of courtesy. But, they just said, Franco. Well, Franco takes things. Franco takes criticism very well. I mean, we had a good run where we were talking about a project that Franco was working on, and every week the updates would come in and we'd be posting them and going, here's the updates, and I don't like the leg, I don't like the hand, I don't like the bit at the back and this and that. And then the next week he would actually tweak them. We would have it on there and we'd be like, all right, well, now the hand's moved, we don't like the hair. And, and he was actually listening to us. So, he took it very well. And the piece came out fantastically, it came out really, really nice. But,
as far as sculpt goes on that Punisher, it is beyond really reproach. There's nothing really wrong with the sculpt. There's like maybe one point, and that's saying something. Probably the shoulder thing on one arm, you could do with a little bit of something. But other than that, there's nothing. And with all that detail, that's pretty impressive. Where that piece fell apart was the paint. I don't give a fuck who you are, and I don't care what you've got to do with the project. Yeah, the paint on that piece is jacked, and I've seen reviews, and I've seen a few where the paint is jacked, and that people not saying anything, but it is. It looks.
I don't think they should have keyed the hands the way they keyed them. I think the way that they done it was they had 4 arms with only the 4 hands that can attach to them. If that's the case, why don't they just keep that hand attached. To that arm, rather than having it as 2 pieces? But what they should have done is had the 4 arms, had the 4 hands, but make the 2 left hands go on the left arm and the 2 right hands go, and make it so you can switch it around more and have a bit of variety. But
we digress. The point is anyway is that really, like all things, you know what I mean. All you can do is take them and try to sort of like grow and improve, and that's all you can do. Just take them on the chin. And I think there's nobody really out there that you can't say anything to. The bottom line is Dave Cassie just put on there. He just sent me a message saying they've improved XM. I've improved a lot with texturing and clothes and jackets, etc. Think Dark Hulk, and I completely agree. Things like if you look at like Cable. Or even certain other characters, there's certain things that come out very well. I mean, Doc Ock's got like a jacket, but his jacket is like a little bit different. His has got like sort of a trench coat almost coat, And he's right. They did a really good job with that, and I think there's a lot of texturing on that Professor X as well. But you just can't see it too well on the picture because it's a terrible photo. But my point is anyway. Is that fondant shit that didn't come out of nowhere? That didn't come out of that's been there for a few pieces. The Kingpin piece, the Lizard piece, a few other ones. It's been like, oh, that's a bit thick cast, and that looks a bit like plain. Where's the detail? Blah blah blah. And you're going to get that. So it's just as something to take on the chin and say, okay, let's try and see if we can make it a bit more delicate. And you're not going to make anything look like fabric. Let's just have that right before you even start. You're not going to be able to make sculpting look like fabric, not on something like a suit or you understand what I'm saying? There are certain things you can mimic, like body armor and shit like that. You can get away with that where it looks like it's Kevlar. It looks like it could be the real thing. But certain things like suits and jumpers, they're very hard to make look like they're the real thing. You know what I mean? That's why mixed media is always so useful. If you can get it on there, it's beyond talking about. It's like, it looks like trousers because it is fucking trousers. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just one of the things you have to sort of work on. You have to just take it, and that's how it goes. Definitely don't think that was the best picture to pose, to be honest. But
no, I mean that was you shouldn't. Shouldn't.
All right, let's get finished. How many more pictures, or are we done?
No, we're done. We are done. We're there. We've finished the run. We got to the end of it, and it's been emotional.
Still alive.
We're still alive to tell the tale. But
did you not notice? It's a bit funny. Did you not notice it? Like when we critique when we like sort of critiqued on review, like XM piece and Sideshow piece and, you know, Prime One or any other, do you not notice that, like, when anyone does like a post on we did this review and like whatever else and this was bad, like, do you not notice that the funny thing is that with licensed pieces they just stay out of it. You don't see anybody come in and defending, or, you know, do you know what I mean? But I think with customs, that these guys need to take a little bit of a step back. They need to step a little bit back and let people talk without trying to sort of like defend and jump in and go, oh, it's all this or it's all that. I mean, it really does. It looks really desperate and sad.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I was sitting there thinking to myself, you know what? Some of the shit I've said about a Sideshow piece, and I know that Sideshow people in our group. So some shit I've said about XM pieces, you know what I mean? And they're all in there, and they're vocal too. They'll come out and they'll speak. But, you know, they always either make a joke or say something like, I mean, they show their class.
I normally get the PMs from the Sideshow people telling me to ask if you're okay and if there are any concerns.
The bottom line is like I say, but they remain classy. They do it in a grown-up way. You got to be very, very careful, you know, when you're if you want to play big boy games and you want to act like big boy people, then you got to have the class that big boys have, and you got to take it. You can't rush off and be like, how, you know, this is all this and this is all that, and no, it's not right, and, you know, you can't, because at the end of the day, somebody sat in front of that piece and said, this is what it is, or this is how we feel. And loads of people have commented about it and they've said their feelings on what they saw. You know, that you got to understand it. You can't really go out and start making an argument, because it just makes you look like you can't handle it. I don't see Franco Carlissimo coming out and talking about anything that you may have ever said or I may have ever said on anything of his. I don't see that happening. Doesn't happen. You know, it's just the way it goes. You have a little bit of a joker and a banter. I mean, like, I put the Thanos repaint pictures all over our group. Yeah, I'm repainting one of their pieces. I'm saying their piece is not painted well enough. It's not good enough. I've had to do it myself. Had to get fixed. They could take offence from that. My wife said, you know, I think they'll be offended by that.
I think,
and I'm just like, well, it needs to be painted, and it's the truth. But the way that they handled it, the way that one of them come out was just like, you know, the next Thanos we paint will be much better. And it's just like that. That's class. That's good. Take that. I'll listen on and be like, look, mate, you know what? The sculpt is there. This is great. That's great. But the paint was a bit lackluster on this one.
I think Brian commented as well. And he just said, I think the paint weren't that great on that.
Yeah.
I think he made a comment about it.
It's just like a classy way to behave.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to start shutting people down, because it really looks dodgy as fuck then. When you start trying to stop people from sort of discussing, you know, any shortcomings your piece may have, you know, it's the same with Aaron Ray Perez. Is exactly the same. You know, I know that he takes critiques and things like that, and he, you know, he's very passionate about it. But I always have to remind him to let people say their piece and what they want to say, because it does. You know, you come out, you're not going to change anybody's opinion, and you're not going to change anybody's mind. So there's no point. You just look. You know, passionate's good, but you don't want to come across that you're trying to stop people from discussion. Discussion is key. You know, saying, oh, this paint's good, this paint's bad. What do you think of this piece? Is this really OG? I don't really think so. They're all discussions. It's what makes this hobby so fantastic. And it gets a bit passionate. Sometimes people cross the line, but it has to be controlled and sensible. You know, sometimes people cross it and they say, oh, fuck, you know, I'm sorry, man. And, you know, you get in the heat at the moment. Everybody does. But I think it's one thing to think about. You know, you don't get any of that with any of the big boys. So you shouldn't start trying to close people down with customs.
Yeah, I agree. No, that's what I've got to say about that. I agree with what you're saying. I mean, as you say, I mean, from my post last week, it was very, very evident how people were taking certain things and how those comments were, people were trying to cut them down when people were making, you know, it was kind of like, what's the way to say it? Like, people were commenting about one thing, but people were replying with something else to try and shut them down, and it just, yeah, as you say, it got quite desperate and quite like, yeah, that's
I
not.
felt bad.
Yeah.
I felt bad for a lot of people. I've got to be honest. You know, one or two cats I lost respect for big time.
Oh yeah.
You can't get, the thing is, with me, you can't get that back because I'm one of them type of characters. It's just how I am. We're friends, or I respect you. There's a lot in this industry. You know, so many great people in it, and so many people I respect, and I value their opinion and their time. And if you fuck that up, that's it. There's we don't talk again, because this, you know what I mean. It's just, life's too short for me, man. There's always somebody else around the corner who's in need of time and patience and a bit of care. And I'm no different. So once you stack it, that's it. You'll
Well, I've
adios.
said, you know, I've said that to a couple of people where there's been issues with some people, and someone's come along and said, "Oh, give them another chance and do this and this and this." And I said, I don't mean to be a dick, but I don't need to give them another chance because X, Y, Z happened.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, we have 8,500 people in our group. We have 6,500 or whatever on YouTube. So maybe together that's 10,000 individual people. So why should I spend this much time with so much effort to try and make something work with this person who doesn't appreciate it, when there are all these other people out there who I could be talking to and spending time with, who I can enjoy spending time talking to them rather than having drama talking to this person.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
why,
I mean,
why would I waste my time with that?
at the moment, there's like 50 pending requests on the group. At this point in time, and that's pretty much it. The group's growing all the time, but you're right. If you're, it's just like anything, isn't it? You're having to spend so much time trying to like keep one person in check or in line, just to not either be rude or not be aggressive, or to not kick off and snap every 5 minutes. It's time you're giving that you really should be. I mean, you can't spread yourself that thin. You got to be able to talk to everybody. Got to be able to fucking try and manage as many people as possible, and it's challenging. But
Yeah.
like I say, it's one of them things that you just think, a lot of the time you just got to try and help people when you can, and accept. Some people just don't want to, don't want to play nice, and that's life. But I think for how big our group is, I think our thing is actually doing really well. I'm quite proud of it. Proud of everybody in there for keeping it so nice.
Yeah. No, it is. I mean, it's, I like, there are a couple of groups that I was a member of, and I've either muted them or I've left the group, and now I'm not seeing those posts kind of popping up in my feed. I go onto Facebook, and I feel a lot happier about the things I'm reading. There's just certain groups where the drama just is always there, and the hate is always there, and the kind of elitism is always there, and I just I don't have the time to kind of deal with it all. It's not fun.
Yeah, I think that's what it's more about, isn't it? You're spending your time.
Well,
there's work, and there's girlfriend, and there's family, and
well,
there's nephews,
I don't have a job at the moment, but the thing is like,
that doesn't mean that you
no. But the thing is like you kind of have, all these things. Everyone's got some kind of drama in their life, and you come onto the groups as a way to kind of escape and get away from all that. And if you're coming away from your life to make time to go there, but all you're met with is drama there, then why do you want to be there? Well,
Mate, I told you, it's totally. It's just trying to keep everything balanced. Man. All we can do is just try and be us.
Yeah, sometimes I think about muting you in the group, but what can you do?
Yeah, come mute me. That's fine. But to be honest with you, I'm not really in many other. I'm in a lot of groups, but like I say, it's all you could do is try and keep a nice, healthy balance, man. You know, I'm really proud of the group that we've got going on. I'm really proud of the balance that we've got in there. And I think, you know, for such a big group, I think it's handled very, very well. And I think that's credit to, you know, the moderators and you know, and all the people that are in there. That I mean, you see people lose their shit, but then they come right back, like almost instantly. They know it, and they're just like, "Look, man, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't mean this. I didn't mean to snap at you. You're totally right." Or it becomes a little bit of a joke at the end of the comment. That's the thing to sort of get round. You know, that's the better way to be. You know, because the truth of the matter is.
Oh yeah, people like fucking Dave Cassie and Bon Nodin kind of trying to wind us up by posting some stupid fucking comments of them arguing, and everyone's going, "What the fuck's going on here, fuckers?"
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna bounce. Gonna go spend some time with the missus.
God! But really, you'd rather spend time with her than me?
I've spent the last 2.5 hours with you.
All right. Well, let me.
Your bearded face. I think I've had enough.
I tell you what. Let me just go on to the comments because I was doing something. I was quite distracted. If I go up here, so shit, quite a lot of comments now. So we go through. That's talking about Professor X, blah blah blah. Brendan's trolling again. Do you have any preference with statue materials out of polystone resin or cold cast porcelain? Is one better than the other? I think with a lot of that is where we live. Where we live in the UK, we're quite fortunate where the climate isn't going to affect it. But if you live somewhere like Asia, certain parts which is very high humidity and heat, you're not going to want resin at all. So cold cast porcelain is going to be better for you there.
Cold cast porcelain apparently does better in hotter climates. Yeah. So, but again, it's like for us, it's pretty much, you know, polystone and cold cast porcelain's the answer, really.
Yeah. So I'm just scrolling down the comments, trying to make sure we cover everything.
Everything, you fucking heathen.
There you go. So, Spicer, just send me, if you want us to look at anything, just send it to us on the either post it on the RaddTitan group, or you can PM it to myself and George.
Yeah,
and we'll have a look.
I've
seen some of this
stuff. We're open to 24 hours a day. That's what.
And yeah, great show today. Thanks, Ed, dude. These collectors chats are one of my favourite part of the week.
Thanks,
man. Well, we're going to try. We at the end of 2016, we were a bit pissed off with each other, and we're a bit like, you know, we need to up our game. You know, we need to get these on regular. So we're in 2018. Our kind of New Year's resolution was to try and keep up with these on a regular basis. I think we missed one week, but I think then we came back with two chats in 1 week, so we kind of balanced out.
We've got the 150 show coming up, so hopefully we're going to put something together for some prize. You know, obviously, again, give back as you know we do. So we're working on that in the background at the moment. So we got 10 weeks. Obviously, Alex may bypass that and get away for a while, which may save us a bit.
Well, I mean, what I'll try and do is, the problem is I my laptop is a pile of shit, so I don't really want to lug my laptop around with me. So I don't really want to buy a new expensive one if I'm going to carry it around either. But what we'll do is
we'll get around it one way or the other. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, the other way. Do you know what the other way is? Is I can do it on my phone and you host it. Yeah. Why is my room like flashing? It looks like it's kind of like. All right, so sorry, I'm just finishing up these. So, dude, as people are going to see Deadpool 2. So, all right, sorry, we're going to skip. Oh, like a doll's eyes. You always come in right at the end.
I ain't seen him.
He always comes in right at the end and misses it, doesn't he? Jules, get Gio to do a live chat from with guests while I'm away. Oh, I can do that. If Gio could host it, then we can do it. Yeah, I got to sell some pieces to fund the new laptop. I'm not really. It's not about the money. It's more about me. I don't really want to take an expensive laptop around with me when I'm traveling. That's why I bought again. That's why I paid like 40 quid for my my tablet.
In the places you're going to stay, you'll be living on some fucking guy's step for about 2 days or some shit.
Probably. Well, you know. So yeah, I'm not really bothered about the buying the laptop. It's more a fact of I don't really want to take an expensive laptop with me. But that's all the comments, really. Sorry, if I missed any of your comments, guys. Dylan Gold, did you miss anything? Yeah, looks like you missed the whole show, buddy. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Do the usual. Click the like button below if you haven't done so. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks, guys.
Be lucky.
Boom. All right.